Welcome everybody to the Give It podcast for blurs, for nerds. If you have a fandom, you are most certainly welcome here. We are your host, myself, Spartan, show guy Joe, Tafara TV. Fellas, we have somehow made it to the weekend. How we feeling?
Look, all the algorithms are delayed by at least like 2 to 3 days. Just believe nothing this week because April Fool's was on a Wednesday. And I'm still seeing people like, congrats, or I can't believe it. I'm just like, do you see the date on this post? Like, it's just don't believe anything till like Monday. Like, just ignore everything except Easter itself and just believe nothing.
You would think at this point that with the state of the world, we don't need April Fools for like the next 5 years. Let's just treat that let's just treat it the same way we treat Christopher Columbus Day. Just nothing. But Joe, what say you? How you feeling, sir?
Just got back from Middle Tennessee Anime Convention. Boy, is my liver tired.
Dang.
How was it? How was the turnout?
I was gonna say that fun or that drunk?
Oh, you know I never drink enough to get drunk. I'm still yet to get drunk because I eat and drink too much water while I drink. But about a fourth of a cup of whiskey and a fourth of a cup of vodka and still going.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
I meant back to back.
Damn.
But also drinking water and eating while doing that. So still drunk. But attendance is nice. This is one of those. I am moving into that generation where we just don't come out till around 5 o'clock, where we all just hang out in the courtyard and chill and talk. Will knows what I'm talking about for this weekend.
That's pretty much how it goes.
They go do, all the kids go do everything, and then all the people around our age just like go to the courtyard, wait for the kids to like move out, all the photo shoot stand, and then we just like sit there, chat in the nice spring weather, and go to the rooms, grab pizzas, grab drinks, do karaoke. I do an okay version of Megadeth's Back in the Day, and then take some photos, and then chill out some more, then head back. If I'm good enough to drive, because I drive responsibly.
I mean, you ain't lying, because all we're missing is rocking chairs at this point. But as you guys can see, we are a little bit on the. Yeah, that is true, especially
what was the turnout like at that convention?
Pretty good. It's one of the bigger ones that's still locally owned national wise, but The bad part is, and I say this with love in my heart. And Will's know what I'm talking about. They cannot coordinate for shit. So this year is literally tokusatsu themed. This is should be the Joe convention.
Okay.
Dressed as the Tojima from Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. We will have videos of that and photos of that later. It's the most accurate costume I have ever put together.
But he's not.
Panels about tokusatsu. We have no Power Ranger actors. We only have one voice actor, and he was the one of the background heroes in Tiger and Bunny. If you remember that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we got for tokusatsu heroes. Everything else is just generic stuff.
But Safari, he's not kidding.
No correlating with the theme anymore.
He's not kidding. You thought there were some folks at other cons that were good and terrible. MTAC
is fine. It's fun, but if you're going there to try to coordinate a theme with the con, you're shit out of luck. The last time we did that was MTAC Prime, which was the giant robot one way back in 2008.
Yeah, it just is
what it is.
They try.
Because we saw those photos coming out of WonderCon, and it's just like, Jesus, is this going to be like the nerd space for the remainder of the year because nobody can travel?
No, not even that. It's just a local con where a lot of people go together, get to friends. You got your generic stuff. You got your homestuck kids that are still sitting their asses out in the hallway.
Okay.
You got the dealer rooms of infinite disappointment. Again, no coordination. You would think they would have at least one tokusatsu vendor, like Tokulectables or something like that, or somebody from.
They didn't.
Literally anybody from like the Ranger stops, come in and do stuff. Now, there's sword vendor, 8 billion figurine vendors, which is fine.
And that's
actually had one anime vendor. God bless that man. I couldn't afford anything because everything was above market, well above market. We had a couple card game vendors. Again, they were also well above market. I would have actually bought 2 boxes of Digimon Liberator, which was the newest Liberator set from the Digimon thing, which was EX11, because on market right now that's $70. They're asking for $120 a box. That's not happening. We got our video game dealer, who's actually pretty good and fair.
Okay.
But then, you got the normal stuff, the kimono seller, the sword seller, the J-Rock seller, the K-Rock seller. Again, I sound like I'm shitting on this con, but it really is a fun time if you just want to go chill with friends in costume, have some fun, go watch the anime music video competition, go to the anime rave, because they swear to God there'll be no drugs and alcohol in it this year. I made that sound. Will made that sound effect, not me.
Because I'm just thinking, you know what? I'm gonna shut up. Go on.
No, you can just say it. Every year we have an ambulance on standby. It's still a fun time. I am con uncle to a couple of my friends' kids, nieces, or younger siblings. I hang out with my friends. I go to the Cosmetality Suite because I'm friends with them. I meet up with Shadows was there. Met up with him. Met up with the Photo Bros. I think Will's familiar with the Photo Bros.
Yeah.
Met up with them. I did an interview with Mage, so that may pop up. Of course, I made the fact that I'm the only Asian, possibly white guy in all of Blurred Station. In the interview, I refer to myself as Blurred Station DEI hire.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
Tell me where the lie is in that, because I really do think I'm the only Asian / white guy on all Blurred Station.
No, that's fair. That's a fair assumption. That's fair.
Look, don't look at me. Ask Demetrius. That's not on me.
Good God, you're not wrong about him, Zach.
Despite the lack of coordination, it's still a fun time if you know what you're there to do.
Pretty much, but like Joe said, I usually just go to hang out with friends and go from there and let the kids run around, within reason, because Obi's destructive and Zuri just figured out that she can grab stuff. But as you can see, guys, we are living leveled up side. So we do try to watch our language on this show. At the same time, we do show movies and video game trailers. Might be too intense for younger viewers. You've been warned. So beyond that, speaking of trailers, we did actually get a couple of new ones in this week. Master of the Universe did give us a new trailer. And I know I'm still psyched to see it. I'm not sure we're going to see anything else outside of what they're already showing. But if you haven't seen the newest trailer for Master of the Universe, here it is.
I know most of you don't remember me, but I know all of you. Even though I was stuck light years away on Earth, I never stopped trying to get back home.
Everything changed since you left.
It's all gone. Skeletor took my family. And he destroyed our world. It's all my fault. I know how it feels to fail. Take the sword. And when you fall, that's your chance to stand tall. shall quake in my shadow.
This is my home. I'm gonna fight for it. But I can't do it without you.
Somebody wants to brawl.
I need every man, woman, or whatever that is.
You may have the power, but you're too scared to use it.
Trust me. I know how to use it.
You tell everyone that you're from another planet. It just makes you sound a little very crazy.
All right, so that was the trailer for Masters of the Universe. As you can see, guys, will be in theaters June 5th. I know I'm sold because, again, I'm a fan. Loved almost every iteration of He-Man and Masters of the Universe. This one looks like it's going to be a pretty good one. I can't add anything more to it. I just hope they don't get trailer heavy. Like, let this be the last one, because I kind of feel like, you know, they're scared. They're either that they think that these trailers aren't getting enough hype, and because of that, they decide to kick in another one. I don't want them to do that. I think this should be the last trailer until June 5th. But what say you guys? Because like I said, I know I'm sold. I want to, you know, what's your guys' opinion on it?
My He-Man knowledge is very light, so the fact that they're not trying to take this too serious as a live action with the visuals is fine. I think Jared Leto's Skeletor is fine. Mm-hmm. I know there's some characters people were asking, well, where are they? I couldn't tell you who they are. But I'm going into this just completely blind. But it looks fine as far as like a live action He-Man goes. Mm-hmm. Especially if it's going to be like a Earthbound He-Man going back to Eternia, it looks okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't get that his mother was from Earth, so it kind of makes sense that he would actually be on Earth. You know, considering that with Skeletor, the fact of attacking Castle Grayskull and going from there. So, and at the same time, because, and I have to sit there and tell people this. I'm trying to be nice about telling people this. Please stop expecting to see everything in the first trailer, because there is a reason. To me, it's like there is a reason why, you know, we don't need to see anything or see everything, because if you do, you're honestly going to mess it up for everybody. But like I said, you're not. I mean, you got to see Men at Arms. Idris Elba playing Men at Arms looks pretty cool to me. At the same time, seeing Battle Cat, seeing Skeletor, Jared Leto may actually get a win out of this. Jared Leto may actually finally get a win. Right? He may have finally gotten a role to where it's like, you know what, we can enjoy it and nobody will blame you for it if it bombs. Which I don't think it'll bomb, but I like it. But what are you gonna say, Joe?
I feel like if we had the soundboard up, I'd play that clip of Cleveland talking about the Game of Life Black Edition, where you never really win, you just do a little bit better every time. That's Jared Leto in every movie.
I mean, but like I said, I try to give Jared Leto. I mean, it's not his fault. For a lot of things he's been put in, it's not his fault. It's just an easy scapegoat.
Yeah, I'm very glad he keeps getting attempts, at least in a lot of these franchises, versus being treated like a cancer. Yeah. I'm glad he's at least getting a swing at this, especially since this is going to be a full practical suit Skeletor. I'm sure they'll work in Till We Meet Again meme somewhere in there.
Right.
And I
That's all I ask.
And I'm probably it'll be done in like a serious tone, like Until We Meet Again, and then he just, I don't know, jumps off a cliff and goes through the portal and breaks it on the way. I don't know.
That would be freaking perfect.
Okay, but we're all in agreement. The after credit scene is going to be She-Ra hinting, right? We're all in agreement of this.
I'm not against it.
If she's not in here already, then yes. I think Orko is another one people were saying. Where are they at?
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are theorizing that Orko is his friend telling him that he sounds crazy, potentially in like a human disguise.
Yeah. Kind of like saying he's been there the entire time kind of thing.
One of those. So I'm curious. I know there's like a Master of the Universe show on Netflix right now, right?
Yeah, the
There's
one
several.
directed by Kevin Smith.
Well, I know there's the She-Ra show. That's a little
Well,
bit more.
let me say
cartoony.
the most recent one by Kevin Smith that he was a part of. That's actually pretty good.
The
The
very
most
serious
recent one
one.
by Kevin Smith is technically a continuation of the Filmation era's He-Man. There is another one where it's kind of He-Man and Friends,
Yeah, in a way.
where
That
it's like
She-Ra show?
supposed to be for kids, really supposed to be for kids,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have the She-Ra series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The more serious tone one, I think, is the one I was thinking of. That I think just got a second season. Has like a lot of heavy hitters voicing in it too.
Yes.
Yep.
So I think I might give that one a spin on the way to watching this.
Yeah, it has Mark Hamill as Skeletor.
Skeletor. That's who I remember was in it the most.
But that's the reason why I'm telling folks. Oh, thank you, Jed. Well, that's the reason why I'm still telling folks. It's just give it a fair shot. Like, again, I don't see a problem in it. I want to definitely go see it. It looks like it's going to be a fun one. It looks like this was actually taken with care. And again, I just want to see Jared Leto get a win. But other trailers that we do have, of course, this one came out earlier this week as well because James Gunn liked to surprise people. He gave us another Supergirl trailer, and if you haven't seen it, you should be very happy. But if you haven't seen it, prepare to be happy.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people. Home is wherever you are, buddy.
As I walk this land of road,
Crypto and I at least had each other.
I have visions of
Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But luck, almost by definition, runs out. What can I do?
The Brickens carry the antidote on that person. He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
It's the crime of the Yellow Hills. He murdered my innocent family.
Just do what I say. And don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
Stop.
Yeah.
now what becomes of the broken hearted. All I know is I'll be parted.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
Your eyes are beautiful when you cry. A lot of pain, huh? A lot of suffering.
There's no home without you, buddy.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
Again, in Gun We Trust. That was DC Supergirl, as you can see, guys, coming out in June 26th of this year. Jason Momoa's Lobo. Practical makeup, practical gear. And apparently we're turning Kara into John Wick. I'm not mad about any of it. but I'm sold. What say y'all?
So many people are going to lose it when they realize the plot is built around does the dog die?
I mean, yeah, 3 days. You have 3 days. You have 3 days to save crypto. But I can't add anything else to it. But James Gunn, sir, we don't need no more trailers.
Now that I'm realizing like June is in 2 months, we don't really need to see anything else. This is enough.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's enough breadcrumbs all throughout. Like, I'm not even really fixated on who the bad guy is of this film because there's a whole lot going on here, potentially leading into Man of Tomorrow. And I'm curious if, I'm hearing rumors of planets we might go to. One of them being Thanagar.
Yeah.
Which potentially gives us a hot girl, or
yeah, that was cut from the comic. So Lobo and Thanagar were cut from the comic.
Yeah.
There were plans for them to be in the comic run, and this is the Woman of Tomorrow.
They were supposed to be longer, and I don't know why they cut those and let us go to Space Alabama circa 1950. But we went there. I would have preferred Thanagar to that, but I'm not Tom King, so I don't have final say in that.
Although I will tell people, please read Woman of Tomorrow. For this, and I say this because first off, Joe brought this book up. I want to say almost 2 years ago. 2 years ago, you covered Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, it's a great read if you ever get a chance to, and it might be some elements from that book that'll actually be in this movie. But like I said, Supergirl and Lobo, that's really the whole point of this movie. That's really all you need for it. But let us know what you guys think in the comments about that one. Again, June 26th. We literally just got through talking about He-Man coming out June 5th. Supergirl's coming out June 26th. So June's going to be a very popular day for a very popular month leading up to Spider-Man, and I know I'm forgetting another major movie that's going to happen. Oh, and Avengers Doomsday. There we go.
Well, yeah, there's Doomsday you got till December, but at least I think we got a lot going on this month, and then you got everything going in June. You get a break in May. Everything's coming in June. Mm-hmm. And then because you guys were telling this before, she lives in a different planet or colony than the rest of the L family.
Yeah, she was on a different planet.
No, she's on a different city.
Well, city, area, location.
Okay, so Krypton did fall, but her home also got bubbled like at the same time.
Well, her home got destroyed.
No.
Because we see what looks like a crumbling Krypton, but her city's also getting put in the Brainiac bubble. So are there other?
Correct. So she is in the bottle city of Kandor, which Brainiac bottled. We don't know if he bottled it in this movie. More than likely, yes.
Right.
But Superman and his family were in the capital city. I have no idea what the capital city is called off the top of my head, but Kara and her family were on the city of Kandor, and that got bottled by Brainiac during the destruction of Krypton.
Okay, because I'm like, it seems like everything around them is crumbling minus them, but then do we have living Kryptonians in there, or is it all just
supposedly living Kryptonians?
Yes, and Superman and Kara have to wear a ring charged with yellow sun energy to give them their powers while they're in there.
Yeah.
So, potentially Man of Tomorrow / end credit stuff. We may or may not have more than just 2 Kryptonians and a dog for the foreseeable future.
Possibly.
Yeah.
If you're doing Man of Tomorrow, then yeah, we're probably going to see more Kryptonians because you're basically introducing Brainiac, which again, he has the city.
So, if we get more Kryptonians, it'd be cool just for Cal to maybe get some clarity on whether or not his dad was just like the dick of the family, and like if you could talk to your aunt and uncle and get some adult wisdom from people that aren't total assholes and want you to have a harem and have Guy Gardner ask you uncomfortable questions. On top of Jason Momoa is just having fun in every childish IP he can get his hands on. Because he looks great as Practical Lobo. It seems like it's going to be, I don't want to say enemy of my enemy, but let's team up just for shits and giggles in the film.
Pretty much.
I think Kara is also fighting. It looks like kryptonite poisoning because she's got the same vein thing going on.
So and then she got hit with something.
And then who is our big bad here? Because I feel like I'm worried about them less than anyone else in this film. But
they are it is literally just a roaming barbarian that the little girl's family deals with.
That's what it feels. I'm like, I don't need you to be. It's kind of giving me Darbin a little bit. Like, hey, I'm not. You're clearly the antagonist, but like you're keeping the plot going, and I appreciate it. I don't need the movie to focus fully around you.
Right.
The comic book is essentially Kara goes on an intergalactic Conan-style adventure of revenge for the little girl.
Yeah.
Oh, it's your city. They're from different locations, living in the. Kara lived in the bottle city of Kandor. Clark lived on Argo City.
Oh, that's right.
Argo. Okay.
I don't know why I was thinking Kryptonopolis or something like that. But
so what happens in the bubble? Are you frozen in time forever? Like people don't starve in there, or I've always been curious. What are the rules of like Brainiac's like captured areas?
That's a good question. I don't know if there's a suspended animation or not, to be honest with you.
Because I feel like every time we've seen him do it animated, somebody breaks out immediately, and we never see what happens to the other cities. So I feel like it's always been up in the air as far as what the rules are, what that's gonna do. So if that introduces more Kryptonians, cool. Because Young Justice did it, and then they just got put back in another prison.
See, that's a good. I never really researched that question.
So, according to the internet, and this is only the internet, so of course could possibly be wrong. Life continues as normal. Obviously, freedom is limited. There's a constant population, which the death toll and growth rate is closely monitored by the computers of Brainiac.
Interesting.
There is restricted entertainment, non-local. Any non-local television is mostly in reruns, and anything made new is local. There is limited computer access, obviously, for the Brainiac thing. Limited access to new ideas. Brainiac does not want his cities that he bottled technology to expand beyond certain parameters, lest they interfere with his own system's programming.
So it's basically I Am Legend meets the Hunger Games?
No, they don't manage the birth rate. They keep an eye on it. Stuff like that.
Okay, because I was just like, this life can because like you rip a chunk of land out of the ground that they need infrastructure to function, but I'm like, it's also Brainiac. You can probably just plug some stuff into the bottom of their little incubator and make everything work.
No, that's fair. So it does make sense. But what are you gonna say, Joe?
Kara is in Argo City. Clark is in Argo City. Kara is in Kandor. Kandor is the capital of Krypton. It's the other way around.
Okay, so she is the royalty, and Clark is the country bumpkin still.
Pretty much. More like the. How can I put this? Not really country bumpkin, but it's almost like
they were in the.
Go ahead.
Argo City's the science capital. Argo City is the actual capital of Krypton. It's like Coruscant versus, I don't know, Genosha.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I was just curious on, like, again, if we finally meet whichever Bama. Whichever parents are the relating between the two cousins. If he just finds out about like the harem thing, it's just like, oh, my brother's still on that shit. I told him to quit, like knock that off, which is like the most family thing ever.
Yeah,
but who knows? We shall see how it goes.
Yep. Either way, between June and July, a lot of movies are worth seeing to come out. But the only video game trailer that we do have, Avatar Legends, the fighting game. They did actually get the fighting game because it does come with a release date. Again, if you haven't seen the trailer,
I'll be honest. I was getting ready to just ignore this because I know the gameplay and the frame rate was throwing some people off. But for 30 bucks, $30 is not a bad pickup for any game, especially in this era. With like,
but it looks good.
It looks a lot better than those first couple of teasers we got, and especially with I will get into it after, but props to whoever's putting this out. Like y'all got it. I hope this does well.
All right, here's the trailer. All right, so that was the trailer for Avatar: Legends of the Fighting Games. As you can see, guys, this is what we were talking about. So it does come with 3 levels: Standard Edition, Deluxe Edition, and of course pre-order. Standard Edition is $30. You get 12 characters, training mode, gallery mode, story mode, combo trials, online, arcade mode, character lessons. $20 more gets you the Standard Edition plus digital art book, the Year 1 pass, which gives you 5 characters and additional character colors, soundtrack, unique HUDs. Now, if you do pre-order, you do get the support character Skin Appa, exclusive character colors, and voting privileges for Year 1's first pass characters. So
I'm so curious what that means. Like, are they going to drop characters and they're going to have a vote on who? Because if so, that's actually not a bad idea, and that is a good way of keeping people engaged.
So that is a great idea and a bad idea at the same time, and I'll give you one reason why.
Why is that?
Everyone's going to vote for Cabbage Man.
Well, no, I'm saying if you have like a list of characters that you already pre-selected and you want to pick who goes first out of that group, that's what. If you do
So they expanded on this. We get 5 characters, and we get to vote on 1 character for them to design.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad.
Again, we already know. It's a foregone conclusion. We're gonna have cabbage merchants,
but at the same time, you can't knock them if that's what if that's what the group chooses.
Oh, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that's like designing, making the Mega Man card game, and I speak from experience. And then the distributor, the people that make this game, tell us we will not make Hardman. The collective community is not adult enough to play with that character.
No, I see your point, but when you put it into the hands of those folks, you really do open the door. But I do see your point, though. I do see your point.
Play as like Team Korra. That's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
Although you have everybody, especially Bolin.
Although I do like the fact that $30 for the Standard Edition. Like Tafara said, for $30, I'd just be happy with the Standard Edition, and then I can go from there. Now, does it suck that, again, we've said this before many times on this podcast, the way for getting money, the year ones and the yearly passes, it's just there's nothing that can be done about that. That's just the way it is. Same way with most fighting games that have seasons, as we currently see with Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8. And other games out there, Marvel Toton is just going to join that group, so you might as well get used to that. But no, $30 for the Standard Edition. That I'm sorry, I completely agree with Tafari. That's a good freaking deal. And honestly, the Deluxe Edition isn't a bad deal if you are intending to play with more characters once they do come out. So even at $50, considering the fact that we just last week talked about Nintendo kind of scaring everybody from saying, hey, you might be paying more for physical games. And they turn around and say, well, that's not entirely accurate, and saying, different price points. At least in this case, $30 and $50 really isn't bad for either version of the game that you play.
Yeah, because I literally watched everyone like heel turn on this game or do a 180 on their opinions, because originally it was like, all right. And I think it was with the preconceived notion of how much games cost these days. What was it? $60 for the base game, $70, and then the last Avatar game was atrocious. They like soft roll, just threw that out there when nobody was looking, and it was awful. I heard it played awful. The voice acting was terrible because they got like a bunch of no-name people to like fill in, and it was bad. And everyone just kind of pointed and laughed at it. But with this, the fact that they're just like, all right, we see the reviews. $30, and everyone's like, okay, well, for $30 you pay for what you get. Like, it's you get what you pay for. $50 for deluxe edition is not bad, especially if we're getting 5 characters, which I can see it's either going to be I could very much see old Team Avatar getting thrown in there, or young adult Teen Avatar, because we have the movie coming out later this year, which hopefully ends up in theaters and not on streaming. Who else? You could throw Old Toph. You could throw Zahir. You could throw Sparky Boom Boom Man, or his descendant or kid, whoever Pleat is supposed to be. Azula has 2 fighting styles. So what?
Zahir is in the main roster.
So that was Zahir I saw?
Yeah. If you go back a little bit, it shows you who is in there.
I saw the bald guy, but I was like, he looked a little different. Yes, I know Azula apparently has like a calm fighting style and like a direct end of series fighting style.
So we don't know if she's a stance character or if her personality changes if she loses a round. I want that to happen. If she loses the round, you go into mad stance.
I also see that Toph like taunts you during her dodges and whatnot, which is also so everybody's got a little bit of like individual like personality to their play style, which I love about that. It lets me know the team behind this at least cares and isn't just, all right, use the Avatar IP while it's hot or do something with it.
Front or the very back where you see the full roster.
I saw the artwork there, but I was like, I didn't know. I think if you go to the beginning, they show you how many people are in it. Yep.
There it is, right there.
Okay, I missed him over to the. Is that Kyoshi? Or is that
That's Avatar Kyoshi.
Okay, that's not the
Sokka's totally not wife.
I thought that's who it was in the beginning.
No, that's actually Avatar Kyoshi.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, you could bring Juan in here. You could bring Roku.
Jet. A lot of space.
You could bring Tenzin in here. Even Tenzin's youngest son. So I'm curious.
Both Boomies.
Boomy was my first pick on a DLC character.
You could bring Bosco the bear.
Yeah.
A bear duck? Nope, just a bear.
Yeah.
Surely you mean a platypus bear? No, just a bear. You mean a bear?
Well, I mean, like I said,
no, just a bear.
But still, $30 for 12 characters and how the game looks now. And it's only going to get better, especially rollback netcode in it, which means it's going to be compatible across platforms. So, like I said, I'm not against it. I'll actually give it a shot.
Are the Avatar State characters, I guess, individuals? Because I'm counting, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm guessing the 2 in the back are the 11 and 12?
Yeah, they're kind of like Shin Akuma and Shin Rugal. They're just the super modes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, either way, it just looks like it's going to be good.
Oh, yeah, and then Homegirl, who was like an absolute menace in Korra's final season, the Earthbending girl. I'm blanking on her name.
Zona Williams' character?
Yeah, she would actually be phenomenal to add to this game because that girl was an absolute nightmare.
Oh, and I forgot to tell the release date. It is coming out July 2nd. You can pre-order now on Steam. It will be available on PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Also coming to Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. So, got time.
I feel like Julie from Thing, she's going to be in there, and her super is just the Tony Stark doing out there, and she hops in the mech. It's like, Julie, do the thing.
Her as well as I feel like Ty Lee would be a good one for this too. She was very much a hand-to-hand combat girly in the original show.
Oh, and Eska and her twin brother. The waterbending twins that are Korra's cousins.
Yeah, no, please make them one fighter. Make them one fighter. And
Make them yin and yang. Make them yin and yang from Third Strike.
And like depending on which playstyle you are, that's who leads. Like that's who your main or lead fighter is, while the other is on assist.
I am so glad to go.
My favorite line to this day is still like, "You are mine now." As your prisoner or your fiance? Yes.
I am so going to have to go back because y'all threw some names. I'm like, huh?
I'm
going to have to go back and go watch it.
They're coming back to me as we talk about it, but like there's a lot of potential. I like it. There's a lot of potential here, and as long as Nickelodeon and Paramount just like let the team handle it, we should be fine. Don't change the price point. Keep it there. I'm so curious to see how the voting thing works because I think that is a good way of getting the players engaged and bringing everyone back. So. God bless, man. I hope this
who's not in this main roster? Sorry, I know I keep interrupting.
No, you're good. You're good.
These things. Iroh's not in this roster.
Dragon of the West. They could. Hey, that could be a great DLC character. Young Dragon of the West, Iroh.
See,
or does he fight?
Is there a Grand White Lotus Master Iroh?
Those can be his alternates. Does he fight as just Uncle Iroh or White Lotus Iroh? Which one do you want?
Well, I know T-Shop. Isn't T-Shop Iroh one of Zuko's forms?
I'm not sure. I don't know how the assist characters work in here either. I saw
so
them.
They work like MK10 stances, like how you pick a style.
Yeah.
They are essentially styles.
Okay, I didn't see the style, so I was not sure, but I'm
so,
curious.
like, for example, if you choose Monkiatsu with A, you get the air scooter longer. If you do Appa, you get more attacks. If you get Momo, you have more air control on your air combos.
Interesting.
So they're all each character is like a stance.
Okay, that makes sense for that. Okay, yeah, if T-Shop Iroh is a stance, then for as far as a fighting style, give me Uncle Iroh or give me White Lotus Iroh. That I feel like those
give
would
me
be
Jailbreak Iroh.
That could also be his character.
Just pity. I'm gonna leave that one alone. What did Bevan say? I feel like Avatar Naruto could have crossed over.
Nah,
they wouldn't allow it. They wouldn't allow it. Like somebody was on Twitter showing all those old WB promos where it's like all the villains of Batman at the card table playing Pokemon, or you got Batman throwing a Pokeball. It's like, do you know the legal red tape it would take to air something like this today? Whereas back then they were just doing shit and just mashing cartoons together, and it was great. And now everybody would have you sign like an NDA and cut off your left arm.
Always remember, we live in a time and in a world where we all got to witness the Silver Surfer talking about energy sources to Hank Hill.
Exactly.
That is true. But speaking of things that don't make any sense, Street Fighter 6's latest teaser trailer for Ingrid. We're just Joe knows it. This is a new character to me. So Joe gave the suggestion, instead of just playing the trailer, we're just gonna let Max tell it because I got so many questions.
Expecting on this lonely, what is it, Thursday, was Capcom to drop an Ingrid teaser out of nowhere. She's definitely probably one of the least known characters in the roster, and based on what we've already kind of seen of her, this is a much different take than the magical girl Ingrid that had existed, which was pretty close to Athena in Capcom Fighting Jam and Street Fighter Alpha 3 in the mid-2000s. Complete reinterpretation of what the character is, at least from a visual standpoint. So let's see how bizarre and weird this gets, because my initial interpretation is that this is pretty weird, dude.
This world is supposed to be completely uninhabited.
Man, Sean just gets the shit into this in this game.
How did a Terran like you end up in a whole other world?
A Terran?
What'd you call me?
Mono! Oh, I thought I'd never, ever, you again.
Well, her face looks effing
Curiouser and
weird.
Curiouser.
Oh, they know it looks weird. Okay.
Understand? Touching this monoid has linked our fates. Maybe we should revisit this another time. Not that you'd understand anyway.
I'm telling you this now, we will not be seeing me do a stream video of this.
Without a hitch. Simply put, since you're now the sole occupant of this wide and empty world, if I consign said world to oblivion, you should remain totally free from harm.
What?
Okay, Shinra.
This is going to be her new gameplay gimmick.
Okay, Superboy Prawn.
Straight, yeah, her gameplay gimmick is going to be like shattering reality and things like that. That's actually really neat. Instead of just magic powers.
This is not a goodbye. As long as our fates are linked, we
Dark
can...
Souls boss battle? Kingdom Hearts.
What is
Should
this
you wish
music?
to do so, seek out my monoids.
I don't think we want to.
Until next time.
Definitely
Bye.
not. Nah.
What the fuck? What the hell? That is Bayonara? What in the... Whoa, dude, yeah, that is even weirder than I thought it was going to get. Shit.
Oh, it got weird. And I stopped it because apparently Bama Ingrid is back. You said you played with this character back on Capcom and the Capcom Fighting Collection too. Dude, I don't know. Like I said, Joe saying nah. I've never played her. Barely did until this week. I didn't know she existed.
Why do we hate her though? What is the beef? Why do we
hate her, Joe?
Magical Girl, she came from one of the worst fighting games ever of all time that helped kill the fighting game genre in the late 90s. When she came back in Street Fighter Alpha 3, she was overly busted and easily did the highest amount of damage with the lowest amount of effort possible. It's like she was, what's a great way of putting this? Which was the stupid busted? Was it Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5, Sagat?
Street Fighter 4.
Maximum damage, minimal effort?
4.
She was basically Street Fighter 4, Sagat.
Okay,
Maximum damage for minimal effort. Like, just fucking grid.
Okay, that explanation makes sense. And she's in Street Fighter A3 upper, Alpha 3 upper. Like I said, I got next to nothing on this one. If Joe says she, if she's caca, then she's caca. I got no dog in the fight on this one. But Tafara, what say you?
I don't know this woman at all, let alone there are people we did not want in Street Fighter. I'm just saying, where y'all could... Ashura is right there asking to just be used at some point outside of just the skin. Like, y'all brought all the Street Fighter characters into his game. Do something with him.
I mean, it would make sense. But like I said, when Joe brought this one up, I said, this was weird. And Joe said exactly what he's saying now, which I can understand the explanation, but to each their own regarding that. But other news that we do have, guys, Sony's PlayStation lineup for April of this year. Oh, let me get actually up here. So this is the titles that we will be expecting. Lords of the Fallen, Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remastered, Sword Art Online, Fractured Daydream. I will say this, Lords of the Fallen was fun. Tomb Raiders 1 through 3 Remastered wasn't bad. Definitely fun to go back and play some games I used to love playing. I can't say anything about Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream because I haven't played that. I did play Death by Bullet or something, one of those Sword Art Online games. Still was fun to play, but again, if you haven't had a chance to, I would say try those out. The previous games, PGA Tour 2K25, Monster Hunter Rise, Slime Rancher 2, the Elder Scrolls Online Collection, Golden Road, will disappear after Monday, April 6th. But outside of those games, guys, any things that y'all would recommend or things y'all haven't played or would you look forward to playing to?
Maybe I'll take a look at Tomb Raider. I never got into the franchise, but if it's the first 3 games remastered, maybe I'll go take a look at them. And then I know another demo that's out. Everyone is because I never played any of those games either. This Tamagotchi life that everyone's obsessed with right now.
Slay the Spire?
No, Tamagotchi. I think it's like one of those like Sims Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, say it again.
Tomodachi Life?
Yeah. There's a demo out for one now, I guess. I see everyone trying. I'm like, maybe my chance to get in here. I feel like I missed out on a lot of franchise I just never got hip to.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
I mean, the Mega Man Star Force collection is being sold out everywhere right now. It is like going like hotcakes. So if you two can get a copy of that, I would definitely recommend it. It's worth it.
All right, that's the one we looked at a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, it finally came out. I got the physical edition last week. Been really enjoying it. They made a lot of quality life improvements, and it's still just a lot of fun. Geo is still the saddest boy of all the Mega Mans. That boy is just sad as all times. Goes through. It really does look at a great look at. In all seriousness, it is also a game that takes a very healthy look at depression in a young child and how he deals with loss and grief and trying to reintegrate back into his emotions and getting back into the world.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more serious than that. I still think the translation should have been fixed. Like, he's been this way for 3 years, and I still say his dad should have only disappeared 3 months ago for him to be like this, because like 3 years is like, I mean, it's the loss of a parent. I understand that, but like, it's just one of those things where like, I feel the translation is not right, but still worth giving you a thing. You get all 3 games. You get 7 variations. You get Star Force 1 Pegasus, Star Force 1 Leo, Star Force 1 Dragon. Then you get a hybridized version of 2, which is Zerker Saurian and Zerker Ninja. And then you get Star Force 3 Red Ace or Black Joker. Or Black Ace and Red Joker, excuse me. So you get 7 different versions to choose from, and they also have quality of life improvements. All the stuff from Japan, like in-person only content, cut content that was just never meant for America, like the Boktai DS sequel, Lunar Nights, got translated and put into the game. Quality of life updates such as enemy rate, enemy encounter rates have a toggle. Being able to find the reborn bosses so you get their higher level cards.
Okay.
That's toggled to where you can find them, which is a big buff for completionists. It's worth grabbing, I would say. But out of that list, definitely the Tomb Raider remastered, because that's just more fun in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, nice. Outside of that, let's see. Mickey D's has a what? Please tell me that's an April Fool's joke.
No, that is not April Fool's. It is just chicken nuggets with ramen dust and like 2 different types of sauces. Honest to God, get the Saja Boy breakfast meal over the Huntrix Happy Meal thing.
I was gonna say, I don't know how I feel about purple sauce. Like,
it's still different.
We had the Grimace burger for a while. Remember?
We had the shake. I know when people were like,
that was it.
We had the shake is one thing, but just like a sauce by itself, I was here for like the different colored Heinz ketchups. My trust was.
So surprisingly, the demon sauce is not that good, but the Huntrix sauce is actually pretty decent.
Okay, good. Noted. Good to know.
The problem is the trading cards you get are much bigger than Magic cards, so there's like no way you can use those like for Magic proxies or anything.
So they're just pretty much paperweights.
No, they're just bigger. They're not thicker. They're just bigger.
Oh, because I thought you were saying that they couldn't be used in a game.
I mean, not unless you really want to. I mean, anything can be a proxy.
Really, baby? I didn't get the Demon Hunter meal. That you did or didn't?
I didn't get the Demon Hunter meal this morning. Yeah, you should have gotten the Nostalgia Boys meal.
Oh Lord. That also being said, which is also weird, Disney has its eyes on Fortnite. Reportedly wants to buy Fortnite developer Epic Games, but is waiting for the right moment. Disney has been a while before Disney. Correct me if I'm wrong. Disney hasn't went for a video game company or studio in quite a while. Should we really be worried at what happens if Disney does buy Epic Games, which means buy outright they would own Fortnite? What would be the worst that would happen, or is it just that it would just have new ownership?
I mean, Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Super Buff Perry the Platypus is in the game right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could maybe have the villains come in. I don't think they're gonna have Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable with the Gat. I don't foresee that in the future.
I would not be above them to put Buff Rufus in it, though.
That's possible, or Shigo and Dr. Draken, like characters who actually carry lasers and ray guns, or would actually go pew pew. I can kind of see that, but like
Since they got cars in there, they could put Motorhead in. Seriously,
I'm not against. I can't see when someone brought this up. It's like Disney wants to buy everything, but I'm like, but I don't see this as a bad move unless I'm missing something here. Because it's like, okay, Disney buys Epic Games. Epic Games still does what it wants to do. It just has greater licensing ability, especially if they are owned by Disney. What do you say, Bama? Some say it was a recession indicator when the meals didn't come with toys. Oh, you're still back on the McDonald's thing. Gotcha.
The recession indicator is Disney giving out discount days. That's right. The real recession indicator. What do you mean you can come after 2:00 for half the price?
Right. Because anybody that's ever been to Disneyland and your wallet still survived afterwards, Disney was being nice. I'm just saying. But no,
yeah, I don't see Epic selling. Even if they, regardless, I don't care how big the offer is, I don't see Epic wanting to be owned by anybody.
I don't either, but at the same time, I said the same thing about Bungie. Bungie, when they had Destiny and Sony came calling, and I'm like, okay, so you partner with Sony, you're going to actually get some basis. And then, they kind of crapped the bed. Then they bought it back from Sony and said, this is going to be only IP. And then you did great with the final shape. And then what the frack happened with the Edge of Fate? And how did we not get sued by Disney for Renegades? That's just, like I said, I got a love-hate relationship with Destiny. I'm surprised it's still actually running out of all things. But like I said, Disney buying Fortnite, don't really see a problem with that. Moving right along, Xbox Showcase did announce for June that we would actually be getting a Gears of War E-Day, getting a dedicated direct. This will be this Sunday, June 7th. As a Gears of War fan, all I can sit there and say is final freaking lead. Now, they have teased. We got told about E-Day way back. I want to say Summer of Games when we first heard anything about E-Day. But it is supposed to be the next Gears of War. Of course, this is the events leading up to the first Gears of War with Emergence Day, which the Locusts did actually come out for the invasion. As a Gears of War fan, I am looking forward to this. I cannot stress this enough that although we are getting a direct for E-Day, I hope we get more information about Gears 6 because if you played Gears 5 left it on a cliffhanger, and I'm not sure if it'll ever be addressed. But Xbox, like I said, we got a while. Like I said, we got a while for the showcase shows up. Again, I am just looking for it. And yeah, man, they've been talking about E-Day forever. But, Xbox needs wins right now, considering the fact that Phil Spencer's no longer there. Their president was fired for, various BS reasons. They brought in the AI, they brought in the CEO behind the AI co-pilots now run Xbox games. Xbox needs wins. So as long as they don't muck up Gears of War, I still have a reason to play Xbox. But the moment they mess that up, I'm out. No, yeah, being black is one thing. No, Bama, she got blackballed and then some. She really got. I mean, if we're really being honest, she got blamed for the downside. She got blamed for the downside of what happened with Xbox, but really it wasn't her fault.
Yeah.
The increase in Game Pass prices, that wasn't her call. The fact that they were moving some games from Game Pass, a lot of people enjoyed. Again, was not her call. The fact that she was pushing for everything to be played everywhere. She was really pushing for the play anywhere on Xbox thing, which in itself was a good idea. But again, broadband gaming didn't take off the way it should have, because don't believe me, ask Amazon. Amazon is still trying to recover from Luna, and Luna is now on Twitch. So what does that tell you? So again, I'm not knocking this. I want to see what happens. As a Gears of War fan, all I can sit there and say is June 7th can't come fast enough. But Tafari, have you ever played Gears of War?
I'm still trying to finish the third one. I got through the first two. I have the third one on my 360, and I think I got like a quarter of the way through it. And at some point, I'm going to go back and finish it, because I'm just like, what do we got rid of the Locust and then brought in a whole new enemy for the third game?
Yeah.
And then I know Judgment was a prequel or like a post?
Yeah, so Judgment is a prequel to the first Gears of War. And also, I'm sorry, did you finish Judgment before I say this?
No, it's fine. I know E-Day is like, because I know Marcus is like, ends up on trial.
Yeah,
like so, Judgment, and then E-Day is like what started everything.
So Judgment is basically the events leading during. How can I explain this? Judgment is the events leading up to when post E-Day. So where you see Gears of War is literally 6 months after Judgment. So the first Gears of War is where Marcus is in prison, but gets busted out by, of course, by Santiago. What you're seeing beforehand was Cole. You're basically seeing Cole and Bear's story of how they met in Judgment. So that's what that is. But yeah, E-Day pretty much finishes up. E-Day actually covers what happens. Well, I'm sorry, allegedly. They didn't say what it's going to cover. But I would have to think E-Day has to cover what happened leading up to Marcus being in prison. So that whole decision track. So
all right. So I mean, I'm curious to see if we get more information on it or what comes of it. Because it feels like this game got announced like a while ago, and we have heard nothing since.
Yeah, it got announced back at Summer of Games last year, and ever since then, nothing. And I know I've complained many a times on this podcast. Like every time Summer of Games, Video Game Awards came up, I'm like, Microsoft, you're not talking about Gears of War. Even Phil Spencer's like, we're going to talk about it. We just haven't got to it yet, which I thought was kind of a cop out. But all right, what do you say, Bama? Need to finish Judgment and Gears 4 and 5. Story wise, you should. Gears 4 was actually pretty. Gears of War 4 was actually pretty good because it actually starts Marcus's son's story, and 5 actually wasn't bad. I know some folks are going to sit there and say, well, 5 was terrible because of the open world and that they focused too much on Kate. I kind of enjoyed it up until the decision, which again, I'm not going to spoil for anybody if you haven't played it. If you're like me, that needs to be addressed in 6, but. Again, that's just me. Had it for years. Oh, then finish it then, man. Had me thinking you picked it up. I didn't want to spoil it for you. But also things to be spoiled. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry before I move on. Joe, did you have any thoughts on E-Day's direct by Microsoft?
I hope they do well.
Fair enough. Speaking of people not doing well, unfortunately, we hate to see people lose their jobs, especially on the Give It podcast. Unfortunately, nobody is safe from this. MechWarrior Studio, Piranha Games, and this needs to be cleared up because this is why I sit there and say report correctly on numbers and people because things can get really misstrewn very quickly. In this case, MechWarrior Studio, Piranha Games, that group. Basically laid off 30% of its employees. Earlier, someone had actually reported that it was up to 60%. The CEO came out and said, no, that's not right. It's just 30%, which ultimately led up to 17 people being let go. Now, the DLCs will continue, but like I said, it sucks that regardless of who you are, it sucks when you lose a job, especially one that I am still perplexed because of how successful MechWarrior is that you're kind of shedding employees, even though it's 17 employees, but still that's one employee. That's still one employee too many. And now I worry, and Joe, I'll throw this one to you. Even though it's 17 employees, do you think that the current product's going to suffer, or is it just par for the course?
This is probably par for the course, because saying MechWarrior is successful is kind of a bit of an overstatement. It's still a very niche thing. There are a lot of us people that are very loyal to the MechWarrior or BattleTech brand, but it is not what it used to be. There are so many different other styles of games out there, other mech games and whatnot. Even I can recognize that in saying that there are probably better mech games. You also are running two very different style games. One is a mercenary business simulator with mechs, and one of them is a straightforward mech story with the difference between MechWarrior Mercenaries and MechWarrior Clans. They are still one part of the same giant story, just from two different perspectives, but this sucks no matter what. Hopefully they can finish out the MechWarrior 5 franchise. I mean, they only got this, and then I want to say the Clan Jade Falcon storyline, which is the the War of Refusal for Clan Jade Falcon. Yeah, Ibana says there are other mech games. There are other mech games. Yeah. I will definitely acknowledge that, but MechWarrior is MechWarrior. There's a certain pedigree that goes with it, but it's kind of like the Warhammer video game people. We don't see a lot of Warhammer video game. We do see a lot of Warhammer video games, but there are a lot of different franchises.
But you gotta think having 5 DLCs, and that's got to be a level. I mean, it's. I won't say I'll even call it mediocre success, because if you're still putting out DLCs, it's just like Diablo. Diablo hasn't put out a DLC for free outside of their Lord of Hatred DLC. But even so, it just makes you wonder. It's like, is it, losing 17 people, is that a sign? But if you say it's par for the course, that's what I think it is too. But like we said, it just sucks when, people lose your job regardless. That's all we're saying. As Bama said, oh, they'll never will do that. Will they ever do a MechWarrior and Governor crossover? No. They
probably want to keep those separate on purpose.
That's like saying,
not to mention depending on what Gundam it is, if it's one of the early Gundams, that would get the shit kicked out of it by a MechWarrior mech. Like, it really does depend. Like, that is something I will be straight up with you. There are mechs that will just eat a Gundam alive, and there are Gundams that will just tear through MechWarriors like they are tissue paper. It is a easy balancing thing, but they will never cross over.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice dream, but yeah, I follow it never going to happen. Speaking of things that are never going to happen, and I know because we're still reeling from April Fools. So at this point, although we really shouldn't have April Fools for the next 5 years because how this country is, but that's a whole other statement. That being said, we are going to throw this rumor out here and take it as you will. That a insider is saying that Switch 2 may have new Star Fox and Zelda game, Legend of Zelda games, if the rumors are true. Let me say this. As a Star Fox fan, going in, because after Star Fox, Nintendo fumbled the bag and let us know that Fox McCloud was in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Nintendo, you already messed up there because you could have kept that as a surprise. The fact that Nintendo has said nothing about this makes me think that it's just a rumor and that somebody just wanted to have fun on April Fools. But like I said, a new Star Fox game, as Joe has said multiple times, just let it be different. Not the standard game that we've been playing. Although I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind the first Fox. I would not mind James. Like Tafara said, wouldn't mind James if that's the story they're going with. Or just in Zelda. You can do a different Zelda game. Every Zelda game is different. I will stand on that. But will we see these for the Switch 2? I'm going to be honest. If Nintendo could have, they would have. because they are not. And I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. Will we see another Zelda game? Probably in 5 years, if that. Will we ever see another Star Fox game? Not really. But again, fellas, do we really look into this, or we just chalk this up to April Fools and just get somebody's getting a rise out of us?
I don't know, because they're talking about it's possibly going to be an Ocarina of Time remake, and I'm just like, I don't see why we need to go back there, especially since we are clearly trying not to let go of, which is fine, the Breath of the Wild verse, because we keep making these Hyrule Warrior spinoffs.
Yeah.
And we've had like 2 of them now, and then we had, what was it? Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
and then,
Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, and
then
I guess you count. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Then the 2 Hyrule Warrior spinoffs.
Yeah, and then Age of Calamity. So I get it to an extent, but like I said, it still is not going to make me want to go get a Switch.
Yeah, no, and then
I'm sorry, a Switch 2, I should say.
If we, because again, why do I need a Switch 2 to run Ocarina of Time, which is coming out for the 3rd or 4th time already? Like, I didn't play the original. I got the 3DS remake. It was actually a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. And then as far as Star Fox, if they want to make like honestly a trilogy pack, because right now the current generation doesn't really have an introduction to Fox outside of this movie. So if you want to do something like that, maybe, because for right now, there's not much going on. Like if you were to drop a 3-pack, kind of like how we had Mario 64, Galaxy, and Sunshine, you could do 64, Adventure, and Assault, since those 3 kind of run together, and then everything after that is like a handheld game that nobody played. Like unless it's a brand new game, just give us like a triple pack of those. Like I don't even think they've done anything for Star Fox's anniversary. Like the last game we got was 0 on the Wii U, and I think that was just Star Fox again, or Star Fox 64 again.
And don't get me wrong, a Star Fox game is always enjoyable, but if you are going to give us something new, give us something different. In the same sense with Legend of Zelda, you can continue the Breath of the Wild story. That's fine. Or if you want to go into the Age of Calamity that Geek My Heart is currently playing on right now, you can go that route too. But like I said, if Nintendo really want to do these things, they have all the power in the world to do so. And they know off the bat if they announce, because I'm gonna be honest with you, you could announce another Mario game, and folks might be happy about it. You could announce a Mario Kart game. It doesn't get the same fanfare as it used to. You mentioned that there's going to be a new Zelda game, or you mentioned there's going to be a new Star Fox game. Folks will come out the woodwork. But the fact that Nintendo's not saying anything screams effing volumes. So that's why I say I chalk that up as April Fool's joke. But Joe, what say you?
Sorry, zoned out. What are we talking about?
Star Fox. Potential new Star Fox
thing. As long as they just tell a story or expand on it, like make Slippy's too old. Make Crystal from Star Fox Adventures or whatever the action adventure game is, the new Wingmate, or make it Cloud's kid or something. Just
so that's kind of what they.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I said that's kind of what they did in Assault. Is Peppy? Well, actually, in like Adventure, Peppy is like banished to the ship. He's like, all right, I'm old with glasses. I'll be up here. But then after Adventure in Assault, Crystal's actually one of the fighters now. So she's actually a Star Fox pilot. Peppy takes the back seat. And then if you played the top-down game for the DS that no one played, I think it was like Frontier, some Star Fox Command. If you play Star Fox Command, it gave everybody like individual stories. Like I think Peppy went on to be, or Slippy.
Oh yeah, that one really effed up with the Star Fox community because some of those endings were just stupid beyond all reason.
Yeah, like Fox, like Crystal and Fox get married, have a kid. I think Falco and Cat run off into the wind somewhere.
Yeah,
but then it kind of puts the canon all over the place, so everyone just kind of ignored it. But also, we don't want to play a top-down. Like you had 3D in 64. Nobody wants to play a top-down Star Fox.
Right.
So what else are you saying, Joe, about all this?
So, Joe?
As for Zelda, sure. I mean, as long as it's a remaster and not I prefer a remake and just not a remaster of 3DS. I want more effort put into it. But in all honesty, I would prefer, if they're gonna do any remastering with Zelda, remaster like the Minish Cap era, the Game Boy, the DS era.
So the Wind Waker, Four Swords, that kind of thing.
Wind Waker got a re-release, but it was original Wind Waker, not Wind Waker DX that had all the quality of life improvements.
Oh, there was the train, the train one too.
Twilight Princess remake.
Oh, the Ghost Tracks. There we go.
Spirit Tracks,
yeah. Spirit Tracks, yeah.
Spirit Tracks and stuff like that. Do like the Toon Link trilogy remaster, or give us what I just said, Twilight Princess remake or remaster.
Yeah.
Ocarina, just do a full remake. Just don't do a upscale 3DS game.
Yeah, or give same thing for the Zelda 40th. Give me the connected time. Call it the Timeline Trilogy. Something. Give me Ocarina. Give me Wind Waker and Twilight all in one cartridge. I mean, you already have an HD cut of the last two, but you put them on a console that a lot of people didn't buy. So,
I mean, you got the space. I'm just saying. But yeah, but what we're saying pretty much, if it is a rumor, let it be. But again, Nintendo, you have a wonderful opportunity if you choose to take it. But before we go into Kamen Rider news, Tafari, I know you saw Super Mario Galaxy, sir. What were your impressions on it?
It was a decent film. Like, if you have kids or just children in your life, you'll be fine. I'll say I think the mixed reviews are coming from the middle portion, whereas I'm not gonna lie, it feels like we kind of just teleport to the end, like it's like beginning and then ending fight. Whereas the middle portion, we had Donkey, we had the Kongs, we had the kart session, we had the whole him and Seth Rogen's kind of dynamic, which led us into the final battle. Whereas in this movie, it kind of just happens. Like, I'm seeing it being described as Jingling Keys, the movie, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not inaccurate. There's a lot. I'm not gonna say the plot is all over the place, but there are a lot of times where you're just like, all right, are we coming back to that? And then it kind of comes back and it's like resolved, but here's new problem, and now we're gonna go on to it. Yeah, I think the movie was fine. I know everyone's trying to like clock how much Rosalina is in it, but I think she's fine for the purpose that she served. Yeah, IGN gave it a 6. I'll give it like a solid. I'm leading on a strong 7.5 to an 8, whereas the first one is a good 9.5.
IGN is in Rotten Tomatoes are in the same club. Sometimes they have to be looked at, with suspect eyes. But that's just me.
Yeah, their grading is super harsh. But the movie was fine. If you like Mario stuff, if you like. I mean, they've told us a lot of the references that are in there, but there's still a few more surprises. Fox, hands down, my favorite part of the film. Glenn Powell does a great job as the character. Spoiler free, I will just say the way they introduce him, yeah, do that. If y'all do nothing else with the character, do that. I've been asking for that for like a decade and a half. If y'all have, which also you proved you can do it with his introduction. Like, my God. And I kind of, now that I've seen the film, it kind of shows why they potentially spoiled it, because it's just like, damn, did you not think the older people were going to show up for this like we did the first one? Or are you like that out of touch with your audience? Because the fact that you felt the need to dangle it in our face, like, oh, hey, look, Star Fox is in it, and it's like, cool, can you do something with him? Like, that would have been very much better left as a surprise, because for what he contributes to the film and the role that he plays for the time he's in it, it would play off better as, oh, not only is he in it, they haven't forgot about him, and they're actually letting him play like a pivotal part to the film, versus you had to throw it out there in front of us because you were so out of touch with your audience that you thought we weren't going to show up, and you felt the need to like spoil what is potentially your biggest reveal. And it sucks because Fox is great in the film, but you almost find yourself anticipating when he's going to show up, and you pretty much figure out where when you see it. because I'm like, well, now that I know he's coming, he's definitely going to be here in 3, 2, 1. And I'm just like, y'all could have left that a surprise. That did not need to be shown. And it's just like, are y'all that out of touch with everyone that like is in your audience that you didn't think we would show up without ruining? Also, the concept of just spoilers in general is clearly not understood at Nintendo's HQ.
Yeah.
That like now that I am seeing the film and I'm understanding some of the criticisms, it's like they're at the card table and their poker face has all kinds of tells. Because now that I've seen the film and I'm seeing the kind of mixed reviews, I kind of see why they put Fox out there early, which also kind of shows your hand there and your lack of confidence in what is already an okay movie. Like you didn't need to put that out there, but it's showing us that you're a little shook over there.
And you could have gave such a freaking pop because nobody would have saw it coming. Nobody, I mean, we kept on saying the entire time in these movies, we should see more of the Nintendo Universe characters. And all they had to do was not show him until the release.
Yeah, and then because there's a part where it's like, oh, well, we need to XYZ, and it's like, well, where can we find someone to do that? It's like, oh, well, go to that area and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you'll find yourself anticipating when Fox shows up. That's the problem. Because they spoiled the surprise, you're basically sitting there guessing within a certain scene, all right, where's he going to come in? And it's great when he does, and it's like, it would have been much better if I didn't know you were here.
Yeah. But that's why I'm sorry,
it's not, I won't say it's doing bad. I think they just, the structure they had with, like Donkey Kong is clearly being replaced by Yoshi, who serves his purpose in the film. And then Fox tagging in as well. They both serve their roles well. I just think like the middle portion of the movie is more like just get us to the end versus like addressing some of the stuff that was led to in the beginning. And then the ending kind of just happens, and that also kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah. But definitely, but also from I guess I should ask this as well because again you've seen it. Any extra scenes or cut scenes we should know about?
Yeah, there's two. I will say the very last one is worth the first one is more so just jokes. Second one is actually worth staying for, especially with some of the changes that are made to the Mario world in this movie. Mm-hmm. The second end credit scene kind of leaves you questioning what that leads to. Also, I'm not getting like Smash Bros. Expectations out of this movie. It's the characters are in there. It's cool. Yeah. However, if you're trying to set up a Smash world, I don't know if it was done well with this.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if you
it'll still do fine. It'll still make $1 billion, but it'll be a all right billion versus the last billion.
Gotcha. Well, if you have seen Super Mario Galaxy, guys, please let us know what you thought about that because we want your opinions as well. Bama said we all know Sonic 4 will probably blow it out the water. We don't know outside of. See, I'm gonna leave that alone.
We'll see, because again, this isn't even Sonic fans dumping on it. This is just being like, all right, y'all were talking all that good stuff a second ago. Mm-hmm. And also, Sonic is not really liked in Japan, and that's really where a lot of the marketing is aimed towards as far as this Mario film. So, like, Mario will do well because it's a Japanese IP, Japanese company. Sonic does not do well in his home turf, and I think that kind of hurts the global box office. As far as as far as fandom and moments, and like I will say they actually do a better. This is a Mario movie where Sonic movies are actually adaptations, and they do a good job on the adaptation front while tying it into a story with sillier aspects like Eggman breakdancing. Like it's
nice. Well, Joe, I'm glad you're back, sir, because we had a lot of Kamen Rider news. We actually talked about it a little bit before the start of the show. I'm gonna let Joe take it because this is all great news, by the way, but I would not be able to explain this in the rotation that it probably deserves. So, Joe, outside of the 55th anniversary of Kamen Rider, can you break down the news that actually came out this week, or I should say yesterday?
Pull up the clips. We'll run through this. Maybe not the highlight event. the whole event. Maybe not that. So, first off, we are celebrating the Agito movie and the 20th anniversary of Kamen Rider Kabuto. As such, they are fully subbed, and I mean fully, 3 episodes apiece. The community is seeking clarity if the entire series is going to be fully subbed and put on the Toei World YouTube page. Keep in mind, this is the same page that Toei's showed how bad the YouTube flag system is when it flagged this as improper material on Toei's own page.
Oh, right, that.
Yeah.
Yes, that did happen. But the first 3 episodes of both Kamen Rider Agito and Kamen Rider Kabuto are on there. I highly recommend watching both. Kamen Rider, give it another American adaptation. It does not need one because now they are internationally streaming, Bama, which is why we are getting Zets and Geets and 01 and original Kamen Rider and Kuga on Tokusatsu. We are now able to potentially get Kamen Rider Agito, which is the not quite sequel, but also sequel to Kamen Rider Kuga. This is the 2001 Rider. We also get Kamen Rider Kabuto, which is What If Kamen Rider, but also Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
Much more fun, though.
Gotcha.
So that is happening. We get the formal announcement of next year's Kamen Rider Myth. It is spelled in Japanese Mitsu, which can also be pronounced as mice. People are really already starting to reach on this thing. They're saying if you flip the logo upside down, it looks like a mouse. It's Myth. Kamen Rider Myth. So that is the next rider after Zets. Next, we have the trailer for the 20th anniversary film for Kamen Rider Kabuto, The Heir to Heaven.
一緒に戦ってくれるのか。風は気まぐれですからね。ゼクトを潰します。いい地獄が見れそうだ。変身。
We get, if we go back to the opening of the trailer, people are already starting to point out, go ahead to where's the 3 middle-aged Japanese men walking. Yeah, so people are already starting to point out this obvious gap right here.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that this is Disney AI removal magic for an actor that is going to be there. But we have Kamen Rider Drake in the middle. The gentleman to his left was multiple Kamen Riders. He was at first Zabi, who then became one of the Hellhopper Bros.
Mm-hmm.
He was Hellhopper, and on the far right is Kagami, who was the ride-along character in the series, who eventually became Kamen Rider Gattack.
Okay.
They are all returning. We are getting a white Kabuto, which we do not know who that is. We don't know if Tendo is back or if this is the kid of Tendo who gets the Atlas Zector, which we saw briefly in the trailer, and then the toy is going to be over right there. So we don't know what's going on right there. What is tattoo? Well, you know, Bama's on point. We are legally supposed to say tattoo teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills every episode.
Why do you summon that, Bama? Why did you summon that?
I mean, if it wasn't us, it was going to be Vegeta from that clip.
Fair.
So that's happening. We also formally got announced that Kamen Rider Den-O, the 20th anniversary movie is happening. And then Kamen Rider itself is now going to be split up into 4 branches. So we have Kamen Rider Premium, which is going to be the high-scale movies, like Shin Kamen Rider. We have Kamen Rider Chronicles, which is going to be the movies, or the television series, and the, the anniversary films. We have Kamen Rider Animated. That is self-explanatory. We are confirmed to get a brand new Kamen Rider animated series coming down the road. Okay. And then Kamen Rider Henshin, which is their gaming branch. So we're going to be doing that. Right there, we do see Gavin. Right there, Kamen Rider Premium.
My bad.
Kamen Rider.
Yeah, I was trying to get to the animated one. But where did you say go, Joe?
Right there, Kamen Rider Animated. So yeah, we get a new anime project. We did get to see a small snippet teaser of the upcoming Kamen Rider video game. And then that's pretty much it. We see right there, we passed it a little bit, the announcement of right there. That is the Kamen Rider Den-O. That is one of the highest selling Kamen Riders in terms of toys and production.
Mm-hmm.
Like this thing made money hand over fist.
Nice.
It is about wishes, time travel, and genies. And the 4 genies that are the Tauros Bros. Momo Tauros, Urishima Tauros, Ken Tauros, and Ryo Tauros.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the snippet of the video game. I don't think
the video game should be towards the front of the announcements. Not that far front. Like where they're all doing this individual stuff. Keep going, keep going, keep going. That's Kagami talking about the upcoming movie. Chronicles, the TV series. Animated is the animated thing. Premium.
Right here?
No, that's the trailer for the Agito movie. I don't know if they put anything about Henshin actually, because that's still the Agito movie. Agito movie, Agito movie. Den-O movie. Den-O movie. There, that's
there you go.
The animated thing. That's the new animated movie thing. There it is. Go back.
Right
go
there?
Back, go back. Go back. Go back. Right there.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
We're not getting a lot. I'm just going to preface this now. This is going to tell us absolutely nothing. But this is the teaser trailer for the new video game. We do not know anything. I don't even know if this is a standard console game or a mobile game. We just know that Bandai Namco is making it. But the dude transforms into Kuga, so you know.
That's cool. So yeah, it's definitely a lot. And what about I do like Tomodachi to want to be Kamen Rider. You know, it's funny you say that. That she would like to be Tomodachi wants to be a Kamen Rider because
Tojima.
Thank you. So it messed up my segue, Joe, because I was going to put you on blast for a second because our own Joe got to actually cosplay as him, and I thought this was pretty cool.
My most accurate, 100% accurate cosplay I've ever done.
And we do have to mute it because again, that music will definitely get us hit. And you can't say Joe don't work out, by the way. I just want to point that out. Joe be lifted.
It shows, yes.
Yeah, it shows, Joe. You be lifted. I just want to point that out.
Was that drunk Cara Zor-El just?
Yes.
So incidentally, pause it right here. I have a good story about this. So we did these videos and I helped out with this, and they were doing like super heroic Kara. It's like, oh God, no! Someone give me that bottle of vodka and some sunglasses. This is not how we portray her. We do not portray her in a heroic light. This woman is drunk off her ass and barely has her life together.
Nice.
And someone in Shadow goes like, but those are Tony Stark sunglasses. Like, that's even better.
But yeah, you did say you did pull off the cosplay well. You did actually get the mask. And again, shout out to Photo Jonan for this because he was definitely one of the ones that did this. Also, he actually has pictures as well.
Yep. I found a Blue Mary in the wild.
Nice.
All I gotta say is Joe be lifted. Joe talks about me. Joe be lifted. But
Joe doesn't lift. Joe just stays on a treadmill. So I love who did this because the lighting makes it look like that mask is just photoshopped on my face.
But no. It is pretty cool.
Literally have to zoom in to see my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But that is actually my romance. It is somewhere. I gotta put it up because I gotta
Nice.
work tomorrow.
No,
I mean, I don't know too much about Kamen Rider outside of what Joe showed me and we've watched. But like, I'm just glad to see, especially when physically getting just Bupkis over here on the Western side. I'm just glad to see like a company cares enough about it. I'm just glad to see a company who cares about an anniversary of something to let alone do something like this, and the fact that they've got so much in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if it's going to be a console game or mobile gacha game because Bandai does all the above now. But I mean, at least they have like a roadmap of what they want to put out there.
I mean,
that is true.
It is one of the entertainment franchise pillars in Japan. It was also during the mass floods that happened in Fukushima. That was one of the statues that did not move at all and showed as a symbol of hope. It's in the creator's hometown, Shotaro Shinomori. There is a statue of Kamen Rider doing the pose that just did not budge and was unyielding during the whole storm. That like symbolizes like a show of like hope that they'll get through this. So yeah, for those just looking to check it out, the best way I can tell you, it's Karate Bugman on motorcycles.
Yeah.
Except for Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. That's just a real fan of the show that just stumbled upon the real life scenario. It's also
worth watching.
A secret sequel to Airmaster. It is all the same universe, like 20 years, like maybe 10, 15 years down the road from that old early 2000s anime Airmaster. It is the same universe.
Although I do love Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. Although I do have to stress, please don't let kids watch it. Just don't. But
Here,
for the adults,
service.
Yeah, just kids don't watch it. Adults knock yourselves out. But yeah, a lot of great news for the world of Kamen Rider. Again, I'm getting back into it because last time I saw Kamen Rider before this one was the American version, which I did love. But
no, Dragon Out was fun.
Yeah, but outside of what Joe kind of put me onto with Zets, which I still got to catch up on that. Yeah, it's just good news all around. But speaking of other news, before we get into TV and anime reviews, we did get to see a possible screenshot of the next season of X-Men 97. Of course, all the characters there, and of course, there has to be somebody to point out the fact that Gambit's not with us. It's no surprise we're all looking forward to X-Men 97 to seeing where they go to with the story. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
Oh, Bama's thing. If Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider ever decide to reference Masked Rider, we can ban him, right?
Decide to be.
Who or what is Masked Rider?
Okay, so do you remember? You're too young for this, but so you know how Power Rangers is an adaptation of Super Sentai?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go over to like say Tubi, you have Big Bad Beetleborgs and VR Troopers. Okay, they tried to adapt early's 80 Kamen Rider Black RX.
And they call him Masked Rider.
Editing was so awful, there were times where the main actor, Dex, would turn around and he'd suddenly be the Japanese actor.
Yep. And it happened.
Also added in what is only can be described as the early ancestor and connection point between Labubu and a Furby.
Oh god!
And it happened on every episode. There wasn't
every episode. The editing was bad. It was god awful.
That was my first. Yeah, that was my first Masked Rider show. Actually, I didn't know how bad it was.
You can go see early Masked Rider, Tafari, if you go look at the season 3 beginning of Power Rangers, where they go to the alien planet.
Okay.
Edenoid, that is actually the backdoor pilot to Masked Rider.
Okay.
It is season 3 of Power Rangers.
But going back to X-Men 97, all I can sit there and say is I think we're all looking forward to it. I just don't want
I'm down.
I just don't want a certain person to come back and, still be on this. Well, I was let go because of this, that, and the other.
Oh, he has to make it about himself.
I'm like, Mr. Bo, I ask respectfully, sir. You may have not liked your outing between you and X-Men 97. Did you give us a great couple episodes of the first season? Absolutely. Will we see a great second season? I hope so. Will you probably sit there and complain and whine and, dare I say, bitch about the entire process? Probably. But just surprise us and just enjoy it with the rest of us. That's all I'm saying.
So here's how I know he will.
Go for it.
Because Cyclops is in this, and that man cannot let go of Scott Summers any more than any red-headed psychic woman.
I was gonna say even Doctor Strange, even Doctor not Doctor Strange
or Mr. Sinister doesn't have that struggle with Scott Summers.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mr. Sinister because he had an
a bit of a time leap forward because now we got Polaris. Storm looks a little bit different for some reason, a little bit younger, but Sunspots in full power mode. Mm-hmm. We got Forge, Bishop, Hank. We got No Nose, Bone Claw, Wolverine, older Jubilee.
I was gonna say, what is the No Nose thing about? Did he lose his nose?
So in the 90s, after Fatal Attraction, and we rip out Wolverine's adamantium,
which we ended.
His body goes into overdrive to compensate and makes him like super duper feral. And the way they drew him, he looks like a little no-nose gremlin. Like, let me see if I can find a picture of that.
Okay. Yes. And I'm guessing how many years has gone by because Jubilee I ain't gonna lie, she's looking a little bit more like her older self, and Magneto with the full beard, which lets me know Magneto shaves on a regular basis in the show. I mean, Cable, we have Cable. So I'm guessing Polaris is helping Cable and Bishop and I'm blanking on his name right now. Forge. So yeah, Forge, Cable, Bishop, and I guess the Polaris are going to be our current timeline people because she's wearing an X-Men outfit. So I'm guessing they will be the people in the present trying to figure out how to get to our people of the past or whatever the three current time periods of Apocalypse. Everyone else is clearly aged a bit because I see long hair amongst minus Scott, who clearly got the best haircut he could get.
Scott and Jean are in the future.
I mean, they're in the future, but as far as the people in the past, which is Magneto has everyone's got different haircuts, and Jubilee looks visibly older. So I think they've been possibly gone or stuck for a couple of years now.
Possibly. I put the picture in the group, in the private chat.
All right, 1 second.
And then Charles clearly wearing the garb of wherever the hell they're at in the desert these days, because which I'm not sure how long are we going to be in the past, or past and future, because I feel like Apocalypse and his Heralds of Death is probably going to be season 3 material, or they can wrap this up in 2 episodes. I could be wrong,
possibly.
But Wolverine with the do-rag on his head but the little tussle of hair coming out the front like Kevin's hat in Ed, Edd n Eddy. I'm curious to see what this Mad Max version of Logan is, and if his face is scarred, like Joe's been saying.
Yeah, and I think it might be. Like I said, this is going to be an interesting season considering how the first one went. So I am definitely curious about that. And also for those that are wondering, that's what Wolverine looks like. Or I should say feral Wolverine.
Here we go. We got a picture of him without the thing.
Yeah,
I just
nose.
didn't do it right.
So I'm curious if he is ever. I'm curious if he gets his adamantium back. what they're going to do to try to fix any of it. I'm curious to how long are we fixing or recovering from what is it out? We're recovering from the events of season 1, and how long it takes us to get back to the present, past, future, wherever the hell we're at, and what Polaris is doing, because I know everyone always mentions that they just forget she exists.
Yeah. So there's so many unanswered questions about how they want to do season 2, but the beauty part about it is the fact that we can actually say that, because at first we weren't sure if we were going to get a season 2. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was fairly certain after what happened with Bo and everything that's going on, I did not think we were going to get a season 2, and yet somehow, some way, we are definitely getting one. So I'm looking forward to where the story goes. But yeah, I'm gonna miss Gambit though, because y'all didn't have to kill him off like that. But I digress.
I mean, we're getting Gambit as, or maybe that's what they're doing on Earth. Maybe Apocalypse has come back and is getting his 4 horsemen, which Gambit is going to be one of now, right?
Yeah, he'll be one of the 4 horsemen. Yeah.
So I don't know. Are we going to come back in season 3, or the cliffhanger for season 2 is, oh shit, like he's been down here wreaking havoc the whole time and the Avengers couldn't cut it, or I don't know. So eventually we'll see him finding a new. Just don't do like he finds one herald every season. Just don't do that, for the love of God.
We hope not.
But I'm curious to see what Apocalypse is doing in our current time while our X-Men are scattered, meeting his other forms, and if that comes into play at all. Like, because I'm guessing we're all on the same timeline.
Yeah.
Is anything that we're doing affecting the others? Especially since, we're meeting a young Cable at one point.
That's a good question. I don't see that goes in the whole thing of Caleb coming back again, but I hope they don't approach that story yet, but I don't know. Like I said, they could go so many ways.
Like I said, y'all are the more X-Men verse people with me, so if there's any stories y'all think these could tap into, let me know. I'm just making guesstimates off of like 12 pictures we just got.
Well, I mean, the Marvel Snap season was a hint to Gambit being a horseman, yeah, but I don't know if they're going to sit there and if that's what's going to be able to be honest with you. But no, I like I said, season 2 for X-Men 97 could be, it's a toss up. I don't know which way they could go about it, honestly.
Have we had an animated Bone Claw Wolverine yet? I feel like this will be like his first appearance outside of.
This is his first appearance.
I was going to say outside of the movie, which was low-key just the anime adaptation, but IRL. That's like the only 2. And like the few, the Wolverine and then the X-Men Origins, like the few times we've seen Bone Claw Wolverine. So I'm curious if it's gonna be kind of how it was in the movie, where it's like not that, because it didn't look dangerous in the movie.
No,
if anything, his bones look fragile. But like what that picture it looks like with Joe, and even in like Marvel vs. Capcom, like it actually looks like these giant ass daggers he has. So.
And also a healing factor in Berserker Ray, so that's always fun times.
That's another thing I haven't seen is Berserker Wolverine, which the anime X-Men, the X-Men anime did a good job where like he had Beast just keep punching him until he like blacked out or something. Yeah, but he gets like super exhausted afterwards. So I'm curious to see if that comes into play, because those are 2 Wolverine factors I feel like they don't get touched very often.
Yeah, pretty much. But we'll see. We'll see what they do in season 2. The only other bit of news we have before we get into our anime and television reviews, and I gotta point this out because sometimes people annoy me, because there's going to be a Blu-ray limited edition steelbook for Speed Racer. This came back out in 2008. That was directed by the Wachowski brothers. I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw some movie theaters, loved it, saw it when it came to streaming, still watch it every now and then when it pops back up. This was probably the best adaptation of Speed Racer that we were going to get. And the Wachowski brothers had CGI, they had the technology. The story itself was okay. Wasn't expecting 100% from the original cartoon. The Mach 5 looked freaking great. And yet people listened to other people and said, don't watch this movie because it was crap. And yet now people are realizing, oh, we had a Speed Racer movie? Yes. and you didn't watch it because you listened to somebody else who said it was crap. But I will say this, because I don't know if Speed Racer is streaming anywhere. But if it is, I gotta double check that. If Speed Racer is streaming anywhere, please check it out. At the same time, guys, this is why I say you're not gonna get a lot of the cartoons we grew up on, I should say, because I know Speed Racer was kind of the time when me and Joe were little. Tafari, you weren't around yet.
I mean, they ran Speed Racer cartoons like alongside like Looney Tunes and stuff. So like Speed Racer, I feel like a lot of people saw Speed Racer as just like a live action movie versus an anime adaptation, because Speed Racer is kind of like Pokemon for a lot of people. It was something we all saw when we were younger and were exposed to, but you didn't even realize, oh, this is also an anime at the same time. It just got lumped in with the rest of the show. So I'm like, it doesn't even get added to that live action anime adaptation conversation, because Last Airbender and Dragon Ball Evolution both came out right after this, and this never gets lumped in with those two, which I'm thankful for. I just don't get what people's gripe with this, because I'm just like, y'all watched, at least when I was younger, y'all had this on right next to Wacky Races. So the fact that they kind of went in with like the silliness, and John Goodman, who a lot of us growing up, that was Fred Flintstone for us. So I don't get why this didn't do as good as it should have. I feel like I did see promos for this everywhere. I feel like everyone knew of Speed Racer. I didn't know there was a story, let alone anything to it. Like, I thought the Racer X story was cool. I thought the whole thing with his family and like his brother was like a dope add to the movie. The fact that I think they even worked the monkey in, didn't they?
Yeah, the Chim Chim got worked in there. Yeah,
it's even Chim Chim, and I'm just like, we had 3 Spy Kids films before this, and they did just as ridiculous shit. Like, and nowadays we have Fast and the Furious, which is taking itself too seriously while still doing the most ludicrous stuff, no pun intended. And it's just like, okay, but y'all, when Speed Racer came out, you wanted a more serious racing film, and now you got it, and you still don't like it. But the fact that this is coming back, I'm hoping it does well. I'm not expecting a sequel, spin-off, Racer X origin movie, Racer X sequel kind of film. I'm just glad this is getting a second chance, and I'm hoping I can pick up the Steelbook whenever it drops, even though I know Walmart has like a monopoly on the damn things now. It's I thought it was fine. I was in 8th grade when this dropped. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Me and my uncle rented it from Blockbuster, watched it on loop. I'm sorry this didn't do as good as it should have. I don't even know if they were trying to make a series of films, but this is a Wachowski product.
Yeah, this is out of the Wachowski brothers. Yeah,
I mean the sisters now, but when they were both the brothers. I mean, coming off the Matrix to this, I don't see man, I was too young to hear from people that didn't like it, so I don't know what folks' hangups were, or folks just maybe anime and live action adaptations wasn't as accepted around this time.
I just said folks just hate to be hating. Like, you didn't even watch the movie. I'm like, at least watch the movie and see if you like it, because a lot of people are finding out that, hey, you actually did like it. And some folks are, why didn't you give it a chance before? Because you didn't want to. You listened to somebody else, and what happened is that once you listened, you were like, oh, I don't want to watch this because someone else said it. So you missed out on a great experience. That's your own freaking fault. But that's the reason why I keep saying a lot of these movies could have been made. I honestly think we could have had actually another Speed Racer movie, considering the fact of all the attention around it. But yeah, it makes no sense that folks will sit there and say, well, I just wish I saw it. You had the chance, and you have the chance again. The question is, are you actually going to? That's the thing.
Yeah, so it had what, 93.9, so like 94 million, but the budget was under 20, so technically it bombed.
So yeah, so it makes points. And also, for those that are wondering if you can stream it, it is on Amazon Prime Video and Fandango at home. YouTube and Apple TV have it, but either you're renting it or you're buying it, which makes sense because Steelbook's out. But again, Joey, any thoughts on Speed Racer and just folks coming to light about stuff they wish they gave a shot at a long time ago, but now kind of slightly regretting it?
I mean, I enjoyed it. It was a fun movie. I try to not forcibly remember Speed Racer The Next Generation, but
I was gonna say that when you search it, that's one of the first things. My bad. Go. I'll come back with you then.
No, that was it.
I was gonna say because I remember that came out on Nicktoons right after, and that's one of the first results when you search it is Speed Racer The Next Generation. I'm like, isn't this supposed to be a Japanese guy? Who is this Who is this brown-haired American child?
Also, let's never forget that one Dexter's episode where they lampooned Speed Racer.
I see. That's what I mean. Like the fact that like the modern cartoons, like which aired next to Speed Racer, still like did Speed Racer-esque shit. Like it wasn't looked at as like an anime. It was just another cartoon on the block to the point where the other Hanna-Barbera people or like Cartoon Network IPs were like, why not? Let's do a Speed Racer episode for kicks and giggles. And then there's apparently an animated film, Speed Racer Race to the Future from 2016. See a time orb designed to rewind, struck by lightning. Everyone's going through a portal 50 years in the future. Okay.
Yeah, that's when we knew they were done. That's kind of when we knew they were done at that point.
Is the original name Mach Go-Go and they just called it Speed Racer for us?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I have it's here. They have the show on Amazon. Trying to see how many episodes of this thing there actually is.
Because it's a name pun. It's Mach Go-Go for Mach 5 Go.
Yeah.
Okay, so 52 episodes. This thing only had 52 episodes for the OG show.
Yep.
Probably.
And it didn't have a lot.
Okay, so 52 episodes and then a special 1 hour movie.
Yeah. But either way, like we said, next time, take the lesson of Speed Racer is just give a show a shot before you down it. That's all we're saying. But I
hope it does well. I'm glad it's coming back. I don't know what the goal is, but if you can get that Steelbook or that Blu-ray, go ahead and have it. That way you're not fishing through streaming to go ahead and run it back if you want to.
Pretty much. Fellas, any television anime reviews you have this week? Because I barely caught up with Invincible, and I'm still like, oh, they're gonna get to that part. But that's all I got. I didn't actually have a lot of time to get through.
Did you watch episode 5 yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Hey, look, Fire Force is ending, which means Dr. Stone is tagging in one last time. So yeah, the final season began today. We are officially into Science Future. Unfortunately, this is like the end of all of our bang bang shoot 'em up time. It's now going to be straight dorkiness for the last remaining 12 episodes. Other than that, Vigilantes ended. I'm kind of sad our trio didn't get together like at all this season.
That was weird.
And seeing All Might in his somewhat prime, and I'm just like, what? I don't see how Endeavor ever thought he was going to overtake that with this walking cheat code, like being alongside. The dude punched a falling Sky Dome and flipped it, and then cushioned the blow with an air cannon of his arm, and then detonated a sea of bombs that were turned into jets and made them detonate on themselves with a punch. And I'm like, what about your fire ice baby that you took 4 attempts to get did you think was going to do this? Like there was nothing about your bloodline that said, yeah, I can definitely overtake this guy. You can only win through retirement and through him retiring. Also, I do love the fact that Knuckle Duster's like, yeah, I'm not fighting. I have this gun, and that's going to be enough for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
But yeah, I know me and Joe ending of Fire Force. All I will say is the real winner is Inca. I laughed so hard at that, and I'm just like, wow, she really. And then when they just cut to like the future, and I was like, oh, so we just folded on that completely.
I have so many questions.
The real winner was Excalibur. Don't lie to the people like that.
Wait, what?
The real winner was Excalibur.
How so?
Because he got to exist and make everybody do the face.
Oh, I did. Okay, I did see that on Twitter. Like they brought back the faces. I'm like, I gotta rewatch Soul Eater because I know there's a lot of references. I won't give away the age, but finding out how far apart these two shows are was actually very shocking. Like I didn't expect it to be like that. But also, I do think it is hilarious that, and I know a lot of people don't like that. Like I don't know how different it was. People don't like that the Soul Eater ending was different from the manga, and I think it's because they finished at different times. I don't know how much was different, but I'm kind of glad they didn't kill Death off like they were supposed to.
Yeah,
because I know that was like one of the biggest gripes. Is like there technically is only supposed to be one true death, and when another one steps up, death is supposed to like just fade into obscurity. And everyone's like, yeah, let's just let him be a parent. And I'm like, I'm fine with that. I don't see why winning the final battle has to make somebody an orphan. That doesn't feel fair.
Yeah.
But also, even just leading up from last episode, the fact that we got the first mention of madness, the first soul resonance, that gave me goosebumps hearing that for the first time. Like the fact that they actually knew what to do, and then the impact frame that shows the last time they were a family. So baby showed kid Shinra and then their mom. Yeah, it was, and then Arthur just dodging all the nonsense because he just stayed up in space for I don't know how long.
Nice.
I mean, they're definitely gonna remake Soul Eater. I hope
so?
They don't do a 1-to-1 adaptation because the former anime did do some interesting retakes on this and did treat some characters much kinder than what they were treated in the manga.
That's what I heard. Like not Mako. What is the pink-haired character?
Yeah, they made that person. They treated that person much
better from what I heard.
What they got in the manga, because in the manga they had a horrible life.
Yeah.
Kid Naruto, look at that poor child. Was like, "Do you need help?"
Yeah. Crone, I think it was, or Chroma. I know he was like a witch boy or something, but he seemed like he was much lighter compared to what he dealt with in the manga, from what I heard. Yeah. And I feel like they fleshed every. Only thing I was annoyed was not seeing Maka's mom after all that talk. I was like, she's gonna come at some point, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we got we get a little bit more information like throughout the series. But I was like, cameo appearance. I'm like, oh, she was just absent the whole damn show.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go back and finish Fire Force. But I'm sorry. What are you saying, Joe?
I got two. They're the new season did start this week. Killed Again, Mr. Detective. It is a mystery show where the detective is immortal, so he allows himself to be killed by death traps just to resurrect so he can find the killer.
That's interesting.
It's Kenny from South Park.
Pretty much.
If Kenny was a detective.
And Snowball Earth. It is a boy and his giant robot who saves the planet and then from an alien invasion and then returns to Earth to find it completely iced over. But this is one of the animes that like all the big mangaka all like point at the manga go like, this is something you need to be aware of. Like all the big, like a lot of the big mangaka all like agree. Like Bleach's mangaka, Naruto's mangaka, stuff like that. Like the big hitters. Everybody points to this one and go like, you need to be paying attention to this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
is that on for that one? Is it on Crunchyroll or is I might?
No, they're both on Crunchyroll right now.
Okay, because I want to take a look at that.
And what? So does JoJo just have everyone on a cliffhanger because they're making these weekly after like the entire industry said, "Hey, let's not do that anymore."
Yeah.
Yes.
And threatening.
It's been like 2 weeks
because they have to figure out how to approach this season really carefully. Because we're dealing with the bones of Jesus in this series.
Oh wow! So they got to tread very carefully.
Also, there are 2 Dios.
Oh, that's gonna take people off.
I'm spoiling shit on accident, but I'm also really, really tired.
I'm just like, because I see so many people say, "Hey, when's episode 2?" I'm like, it's one thing that we only get 12 episodes at a time. It's another thing that you're giving every one episode a week, or like, and people waited a year for this shit.
That's the part that I'm not understanding. Is where is the episode 2 of Steel Ball Run? Because I'm like, shouldn't it? If you follow true to form, as when the episodes drop, Netflix is holding everybody hostage right now. But and yes, Bama, it is Good Friday.
Yep,
it is
weekend because it's unpacked. Oh, the other show I was going to point out that you guys want to try and catch up with is the story of Wand and Sword. So imagine Harry Potter, but Harry rolled fighter.
Okay. Where's that on? Is that also on
Also,
Hulu?
Crunchyroll. It's only 12 episodes right now. Season 2 starts next week.
Okay.
Do not confuse that with Mashal. Mashal is What If Harry Potter, but Harry rolled Barbarian.
I like Mashal. I'm sorry. Mashal makes me laugh.
I just know it because Lizzie cosplayed Mashal and she had everyone around. She had everyone at BlurCon doing the dance.
Oh yeah, the song was catchy as shit. But yeah, Wistoria, Wand and Sword.
All right, and then I'm trying to find more series to read as well. One Piece has been I caught up on the last 3 chapters. My God, is that
I can recommend you good manga, Kanato's Magic. That's going to be the next big shonen anime when it gets adapted. I promise you that. For me and Will, if you want to give it a shot, I think would say this one, Alien Headbutt. Dude goes to the mainland to become a professional wrestler, comes back, aliens have invaded. He gets hit with the parasite that gives him super strength, but he's also a Japanese professional heel wrestler. So he uses wrestling techniques to take down aliens. And then this is getting adapted into an anime next week or possibly Sunday. Is Akane Banashi. And I think I've talked to you about this before. This is the one where the girl goes and starts to become a Rakugo star to take down the school that flunked her dad out in a giant Yeah, that's adapted. It's on chapter 184, so you've got good stuff to read.
I got my backlog is something else.
And then what's another good one?
Did any of you guys start B-Stars yet? Or check it out?
I'm not watching that.
I'm gonna give it a shot because everybody. Go ahead, Far.
I actually, so we're in the final arc, and this is gonna be a weird comparison. I think I like it for the same reason that a lot of people like Smiling Friends. It is the like awkward nature of Legoshi, the main character, even in the midst of like mid combat with his most like hated rivals. And then there's also the whole like systemics, like the classism stuff, and the whole thing between like carnivores and herbivores and their entire system and their society. And there's a lot of that going on, but we're also facing off against this big bad who, you know, Legoshi is always just putting himself in these scenarios to try to understand people, and it is the most like ridiculous stuff. And then he'll have these super nonchalant moments of like, we're supposed to fight after this, and I don't feel that energy anymore, and you're like ruining it for me. Like there's a moment they're supposed to be having this battle for the black market, and Legoshi enters, and they have to do a literal quiz. And it's like, all right, but if you fail, this giant knife thing's gonna fall on you. So it falls on him, and his enemy pulls him to safety, and it's just like, oh, thanks. He's like, look, we might hate each other, but I'm not letting you go out like that. That's just embarrassing for both of us. I'm like, what is this show? It's I'm not gonna lie, there is the little adultish stuff that made everyone fall into it in that first season. It's actually a really good show. It actually does touch on a lot of sensitive topics, especially the interracial or interspecies relationships, and how those are looked at or looked down upon within their animal society, the official but unofficial segregation that they have, like putting certain, wanting to kind of clean up or gentrify certain areas, like legal loopholes with certain places that sell things that they shouldn't, putting stuff in the food to make people appear a certain way or act a certain way, and then blaming it on their nature. It's actually a really decent show now that the entire thing is out. That first season is a nice introduction if you want to give it a shot. But yeah, I got a couple episodes left of the final season. I'm digging it so far. Yeah, see, Bama gets it. Legoshi and Haru for life. They're good. Legoshi stresses me the hell out with his passive ass nature sometimes, but he gets it from his granddad. So yeah, if you want to give Beastars a shot, especially now that it's over, it now would be a good time.
Fair enough. Well, outside of that, fellas, anything else we have before we get into comics?
That is it for me.
Joe?
No, I got nothing.
All right. Well, before we do move into comics, guys, we always do want to show love to Rick's Comic City, number one comic book place, Nashville, Knoxville, Tennessee, for comics, for mangas, for animes, for everything that's pop related. You can definitely find there. 2 locations: Nashville, Tennessee, and Clarksville, Tennessee. Of course, the website rickscomiccity.com. You will definitely not be disappointed. If you are not in the Middle Tennessee area, guys, please support your local comic book stores, support your local libraries, support your indie books, support your indie artists. Although the big three are always cool, but again, as we have found out, there is a growing resurgence for indie talent, whether it's art, whether it's stories, whether it's blending, all the above. It is definitely wanted. Don't believe me? Bitterroot, Pied Piper, Soul, The Gray. I can keep going down the list of various comics from various artists out there that are currently selling out. Shout out to Big Night Comics, and also to Trey Mosley for their Kickstarters being funded. So definitely congrats to both of them. But above all else, support the indies and your local comic book stores and your local libraries. You will definitely not be disappointed. What did Bama say? Legashu does not want rabbit stew or what?
Legoshi doesn't. Wait, don't.
Legashu does not.
Oh, the Dragon Ball Z abridged guys did their own coverage of the show at one point.
Gotcha, because that sentence. I don't know that I couldn't recover off that sentence. Say what?
I said that sentence was a sentence.
It was definitely something. But yeah, outside of that, as we're waiting for comics to get, I was waiting for Joe with the comic side. I didn't get to read them, although I was really curious about a few of them, especially the Batman Static, the Batman Superman World's Finest. It's got a bit of while since I've read that one. JSA, Daredevil getting a new run, and Nova Centurion's not bad, but Wonder Man, because of success of, and I think it's because of the success of the current Wonder Man that's currently on Disney Plus. We found out that that's getting a season 2. So again, things I didn't get to check out, but Joe, I do see you have some comments up, sir. So whenever you're ready.
We're looking at Batman Static Shock Beyond. This is written by Evan R.C., art by Miguel Mendoza, and colors by Will Quintana. This was good. I'm just super tired. This was actually really fun. I am really liking adult E-Bomb, because he has really grown out of that I'm mad at everything angsty teen villain sort of stuff he's into. Like, he just legit wants to help out and be a supporting brother to Rubber Band Man and the school that he's opening. And also Batman and Static go down to Mutant Town, where everyone's the hybrid animals, the splicers, where they're apparently really good friends. Batman's really good friends with them. And then some really nice cameos, Zeta bots from the Zeta Project pop up in this issue too. It's a nice Easter egg.
Cool.
Overall, it's a really good issue.
I am digging the artwork on that. I am really liking that.
Yeah, this is a more traditional bat suit. This is not the high-tech Batman Beyond suit. This is one of Bruce's early iterations of the Beyond suit that Terry has got a hold of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up, we got Batman Superman World's Finest 50th issue celebration. The first one is written by Mark Waid and art by Dan Mora, colors by Tamara Bonvillain, and that is just Batman and Superman teaming up against Dr. Destiny in the Dream Realm.
Gotcha.
Solid. Next one is Storm and Drung or Storm and Stress, written by Mark Waid with art by Andre Gutierrez and colors by Luis Guerrero. Jimmy Olsen, Supergirl, Batgirl, and Robin go and find an ancient archaeological statue via Jimmy Olsen because Jimmy's always just a MacGuffin for whatever reason, and Batman and Superman have to fight said thing they find, and it's up to the four sidekicks to deal with it, even though Robin and Supergirl still have some tension from the last time they dated, and it's not chemistry tension, it's Supergirl does not like Robin because Dick in this universe is very early in his career and is just fucking full of himself and does not know how to be a real person.
Gotcha.
Like, it was a horrible date. Like, it was just a horrible date. They did an issue about that date earlier, and it's just like, Tim does not know what he's doing.
Fair enough.
We got JSA issue 18. This is the finale of the year one arc. This is written by Jeff Lemire with art by Gavin Gurdry and colors by Luis Guerrero. The JSA formally formed, fight off the Ultra Humanite, and become a full-fledged team and gain the support of the U.S. government and President Eisenhower, and just solidify their status as America's first full-on team. We also get a backup issue of the JSA essentially do what's up?
No, go ahead.
The JSA also in the backup issue, the newer members like Atom Smasher and Stargirl come in and propose that the JSA kind of become a school for heroes, and the team is a student mentor hybridized team moving forward because they brought all those heroes.
My bad, that was something playing on my phone.
Oh, you're good. That issue a long time ago where all the World War II era sidekicks that were found along with Jay's daughter still need mentoring and catching up on how the world works now. So that will be what the JSA is moving forward.
All right.
I enjoyed it, but I'm also a little bit biased because I'm a big JSA fan. Moving over to Marvel, we got Captain Marvel Dark Past. This is written by Paul Jenkins, art by Lucas Warnick, and colors by Rod Fernandez. I don't remember Carol's origin being that she's a half Kree, half human.
That's new.
Yeah, it's new. Kree mother and a human father, born former U.S. Air Force pilot, become a superhero when a Kree device activated her latent powers. I do not remember her getting that kind of a retcon. Anyways, something's going on, and Carol's learning that her dad got caught up in something called Project Denver. DNVR, Denver, which is like kind of like her last name. So Carol's trying to uncover it using Tony and later Jessica Drew's Spider-Girl to try to uncover this stuff and see how she's connected. Very solid opening issue. Again, I did not know about this retcon about her being only half human.
I don't know how I feel about that one, but all right.
Sure. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's not the worst retcon we've seen, so I'll just roll with it.
Okay.
Solid art, good story. I'll check in on this. Daredevil #1. This is written by Stephanie Phillips, art by Lee Garbett, and colors by Frank Martin. We see now that Matt is no longer a priest and now a professor teaching law at ESU. He's not a full-on professor. He's an adjunct professor, meaning he's not like a full-on professor, but he's still teaching law students over at ESU. And then some new dude who is yet to be named has popped up and fights Daredevil.
Yeah.
Good solid issue. Good solid start to a new run of Daredevil. I just want to see where this goes from here because Matt just got done fighting literal demons. So we're going back to maybe mutants or maybe just standard serial killers.
Or you know, I'm sorry, I had a tuck joke, but I lost it that fast.
Next up, we got the Eternals 50th anniversary issue, meaning the Eternals have been around for 50 years. This is a bit of a different stories. These are anthologies, sorry. Back from the Edge is written by Ethan S. Parker and Griffin Sheridan with art by Phil Noto and Dale Eaglesham and colors by Phil Noto and Luis Guerrero. That is where Icarus talks about his time over the course of the years and teaming up with people like Captain America to fight during World War II.
Okay.
Mask of the Monster is Mask of Masks and Monsters is written by Ralph Macchio. I don't know if it's literally Karate Kid Ralph Macchio or just
I was gonna ask.
I don't know. I don't know if it's just coincidence or if it's literally Ralph Macchio. Also, art by Michael Cho and colors by Lee Lowenridge. This looks at Rancic, the hideous Eternal, who grew up among the Deviants. And we looked at he is very similar to what is his name in DC? The son of Darkseid, but raised in the with Allfather.
Shoot, now you got me thinking it. You know, I'm thinking Fox.
Huh?
No, it's not Star Fox. It's
Star Fox is the brother of Thanos.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll get there eventually. I'm sure it's going to come to one of us like two books later.
Probably.
He just has a similar upbringing where he is raised in the world of deviants, but given over to the Eternals because he's too pretty for the deviants, but also not pretty enough to be an Eternal. But he is what he is. So we learned his origins. And then next up we have The Lost Eternal, written by Patrick Stump, with art by Domenico Carbone and colors by Java Tartaglia. We meet a new Eternal who has the ability to teleport things out of space and time to use at his disposal, and Icarus is sent to deal with him, but he doesn't even know who he himself is. And that's probably going to be the new storyline moving forward.
That's gonna.
They were all fine, in all honesty. I mean, the Eternals is no one's like. Someone's a fan of the Eternals. I'm not going to say no one's not a fan of the Eternals. True. We have enough attention of Eternals to where we got our own movie, which was passable. It was fine. It didn't harm anybody. It still has probably one of the best speedster sequences I've seen in movies.
No, fair point. It's just like, go ahead.
Like I said, it's just like the last time I cared about the Eternals personally is when it was Eternals versus X-Men versus Avengers in apps. I'm not going out of my way to read it, but I'm also not going out of my way not to read it. It's just something that just doesn't run in my wheelhouse.
Gotcha.
If it does in yours, that's fine. This does a good job of introducing you at least Icarus. And since he's the primary Eternal ride-along character for you.
Yeah.
All right, we don't have it covered in this thing, but we are going to bring up the new issue of Venom, which is part of that Death Spiral storyline going on in Spider-Man. The only reason we're talking about it is because Paul finally gets killed. I'm going to say this. This was a character that was meant to rage bait the general audience to continue to boost sales in Spider-Man. He could have died in a backup issue. His death is of no consequence, and what I mean by that is it doesn't really move the overall plot forward. It is not going to engage in higher sales because Spider-Man already sells in the top 10 on a continuous basis. This does nothing for the grand scheme in the Spider-Man universe. It just happens. even when Carnage, who is currently controlled by Eddie Brock, when Eddie gives his condolences to Peter, he's like, "Hey man, I'm sorry your friend died." He's like, "It sucks that a human life was lost, but that man was not my friend." It is Peter being petty, but in the grand scheme of things, his death does not affect me. It does not affect the book. It does not affect sales. It does not affect editorial. It does not affect grand scheme anything. Plus, unless you're Uncle Ben, he's going to come back at somewhere down the road anyway. So who gives a shit if he got a knife in the gut right now?
Yeah, fair.
Being very candid on this one, but ultimately he was a character meant to rage bait and drive sales. No one liked him, which was the point, and his death served no purpose in the grand scheme of things of the Spider-Man books.
Still, damn. Bye, Paul.
Moving over to the book we do give a shit about, Nova. Nova number 6. This is written by Jed McKay with art by Alvaro Lopez, and Mattia Ionico is the colorist. This does say finale. I hope to God this is not the end of the Nova book because I need Nova. Also, my bias because I am a huge Nova fan and do cosplay Nova, but I really just want this book to continue. That's just me finale for this arc. So we saved Cammy from the giant evil space god that Richard had faced before. Richard just flat out taps in the full Nova Force and takes care of everything. The husband-wife Kree Skrull mobsters try to take revenge, and Star's like, I have a real armada going in, and this man just took out an ancient space god. Do you really want to F right now? They're like, no, we're good. It's like, great. Richard's like, great. I'm going to take one of your fleet ships because mine got smashed by that space god. We're going to call it even. If you find my ship, you're welcome to all the Mysterium on it. We don't need it. You're welcome to it. Consider that me paying you for whatever ship I take. We're out. Peace.
The most.
Hopefully the book does not like fully end. I just really want this to continue.
I'm good. I can't wait to go back and read that one. That's something that's going to be interesting. That was that whole thing of you go this way, I go that way. You don't do anything, we won't blow you up. Okay, bye.
Pretty much. And then we got Wonder Man, number 1, Hollywood's greatest comic book magazine. This is written by Jerry Duggan with art by Mark Buckingham, inkers by Jorge Jimenez, colors by Rachel Rosenberg. This is just a honest to God standard day in the life of Simon Williams, the Wonder Man, be it Hollywood star and superhero. We just go through his daily life of working on the set, being a hero. He's currently doing Hellcat. And then Hellcat just like comes over for dinner one night, and Mark's brother, Grim Reaper, is just chilling on the couch in like full costume. He's like, "Why is he here?" He's like, "Well, he did some stuff he probably shouldn't have." And you hear him go just in the background. So less of a better terms. I'm not quoting the book verbatim. He was like, "Second degree murder." Pat's like, "God damn it!"
It's like look,
it'll just be till things calm down. I've already talked him into turning himself in. He knows he's not going to get past you. He knows he's not going to get past me. If he tries, just come on in. I'll set the table. It's just a normal life for Simon Williams. It was actually a really fun book.
Okay.
We do know that we are getting a different Wonder Man who is based off the TV show coming soon, off of a different storyline. I don't know how it intersects with this one, though, but that's a thing. Oh, also, we are not covering it, but the end of the Ultimate Universe happened. That book is a wreck. The art's terrible, and just for shits and giggles, they kill Spider-Man. And he leaves a note for Mary Jane and his kids that goes like, When they kill him, they steal the black nanite suit to make Carnage, and that's how they kill him. And ultimately, Carnage just tells like, "You're Spider-Man for 2 years. You did nothing. Your death was like negligible." And it's petty as shit because I can tell that this is Marvel probably doing something to Jonathan Hickson's writing and them being petty as shit because every time Ultimate Spider-Man came out, it kicked the shit out of Amazing Spider-Man's sales numbers. So they had to get rid of Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, that's
which
interesting.
is stupid as shit.
Well,
but I mean, also that kind of makes room because if this does reset the Ultimate Universe to what it once was, then we still have Miles. Because Miles right now doesn't have a book. I don't think his book starts back up until May.
Pretty much.
So yeah. So like the Ultimate thing, just don't go bother reading it. It's not good. I'm not going to say I don't care because I refuse to be that kind of comic book reviewer. Every comic has some form of worth, be it art or story, or even the coloring can bring somebody to a book. But like storyline wise, it's just petty as shit to kill off Ultimate Peter for like, and then tell his death was of no consequence.
That was messed up.
It's fucking that one. Like that's the reason I'm not. Honestly, I didn't even mind the art. The art was acceptable, and they clearly cleared some things up. But like, the death of Ultimate Spider-Man was just dumb. It was just stupid and dumb.
Gotcha.
Is that the only book we got left? No, I opened up the wrong tab. No. Yes, that's all the books we got. We did not have that many books because this is week 5. But also week 1. So that 5th week comics is always going to be much shorter.
Okay. Well, thank you for that, Joe. We appreciate it. As we wrap this up, guys, we do want to thank everybody that liked, that watched. Let people know the show is live. We appreciate it. Shameless plugging as we usually do. I usually start with the man, the myth, the legend, because he is everywhere. Tafari, sir, will let people know what you're doing, where you can be found, and what you're up to, sir.
Yeah, you can find me on all the platforms underneath this name, as well as this name -gaming here on the Red app. Currently working my way through Mario Galaxy, potentially gonna throw Life is Strange in there just for kicks and giggles. Just because I know that game, the newest one has come out and it's supposed to serve as like a finale to the series or to the franchise. I'm like, why not? I've had it for years and never found a reason to play it. Maybe we'll get some yucks out of this. Other than that, that's about it. I'm not really doing a whole lot. You guys stay tuned to this channel. I am taking some of our shorter reaction bits and spreading those out throughout the week now. So if you want the gets in like little bit form, you can now get those over here. Other than that, Mario movie was dope. Probably talk about Daredevil next week when everybody's all caught up. That and Invincible when everybody's all caught up. Other than that, not too much going on this way. Shorter comedy bits still coming at you here and there. Retro games are retroing. Currently working my way through the Wii, so I am playing the OG Super Mario Galaxy. I'm going to try to get through all of it before the month is over since the movie's out. Attempting to go for completion of Mario and Luigi story, so we shall see how that goes.
Sweet. Thank you, sir. And also a busy man because he is everywhere. Show a guy Joe. Let people know what you're up to, where you can be found, and what you're doing, sir. Gears, Joe?
He's thinking about it.
Okay.
Or we might be delayed. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Joe Gears? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay.
Okay, just making sure.
He was gathering himself.
Yeah, it's probably just delayed. Like something's probably loading on my computer. You know, it's old.
Yep. So, sir,
where to find me? What am I doing? Oh, that's what it was. YouTube wanted to just randomly open a video. Okay, sure.
Nice.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good. Good.
Okay, I just didn't know what was going on anymore because it's only focused on me, so I can't see if you two guys are blinking in and out or not.
Yeah.
Where am I? I'm over at Middle Tennessee Anime Convention tonight. I'm at MTAC tomorrow. I'm at Middle Tennessee Gaming on Sunday. The rest of the week, it's just work. The 11th, I'll be at the Nashville Cherry Blossom Festival, and then more work. Then family birthdays happen, and then I get very, very poor. Thank God it's payday this next week. Not really streaming anything. I'm just gaming on Monster Hunter 30 Story or Monster Hunter Stories 30 and Mega Man Star Force. There's not really anything for me to stream in the grand scheme of things. So we're just in a holding pattern until the MechWarrior stuff comes out. Excuse me. Monday you'll get a new episode of Laser Print. We'll see if there's any other books I can expand upon we didn't cover in this little bit. Other than that, I don't have too much going on right now, but I'm okay with that.
All right. Thank you for that. Before I do get to myself, shameless plugins we always usually say here. Shout out to APR TV. Why? Because, the Give It Podcast can be seen on APR TV. It's an app that can be found on the Roku channel app or on Amazon Fire. You can definitely check that out along with other shows on there. You will not be disappointed. Also, BlurStation.com. Again, a site that is for us, by us, with content, movies, television, anime, you name it. $10.99 month stream, Blur Station, and Blur Station can be streamed on all smart devices. Also, check out the Get Bit Podcast on YouTube at the Get Bit Podcast. Yes, if you type in the Get Bit Podcast, it'll definitely take you to our page. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification button whenever we have a new video come up. And again, none of this cannot be done without you guys. So definitely thank you for your support. And again, if this is your first time watching us, go ahead and like us. Trust me, we're nice most of the time. Also, Blurred's Eye View. Why did I say Blurred's Eye View? Because myself, Tafara, and our other podcast brothers, when we found there every Tuesday and Thursday, you can check out Blurred's Eye View on YouTube, as well as check out the YouTube page, as it has all of our people there. Room Full of Blurs, Geek by Heart, Tafara TV Gaming, our show, my other show, How the Fuck Got Here, Navy Montel, Show Quo, Lord of the Culture, and of course Tafara TV, and not to be missed. And although she's not on there as well, but she will be eventually. Whoop-de freaking do and Fresh Press by Z. Definitely check everybody out and like, share, and follow them, as they all have their own things, but we do support each other. Again, it's just great content all around. You can't miss it. Outside of that, guys, you can definitely follow my personal Black_Spartan615 on the interwebs. I usually talk to everybody, just don't make it weird. I don't want to get to habit of blocking you. Again, the Give It Podcast can be found wherever you listen or watch your podcast. So again, it can be Spotify, it can be Apple Podcasts, or it can be Google. It's up to you. You can definitely find us. At the same time, guys, I have said before, check your mental, your whatever the mind does, body follows. Please get the help that you need before you take that last resort, because you are wanted and needed to add to this verse of life that we're all a part of. At the same time, men, time to go to the doctor. There's no excuses, nothing about it. You can work out as much as you want to. You can eat right as much as you want to. But in order to be around guys, we have to do the thing that we all don't like. Go into the doctor, make an appointment, and get it done. You will be better for it. Outside of that, guys, the rules still do apply because cons are kicking back up. Respect the cosplay at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat people like human beings. Again, this is more geared toward female cosplayers than it is male cosplayers. Not say males cosplayers do not get the same level of harassment, but just for women, because we do need to stand up and do need to protect our women, especially in areas of cosplay. To those creepers and incels, she is not your plaything. She is not your fantasy. She is not anything but a human being. Please treat her with kindness and actually be a freaking human being. If you choose to be a creep, you will get stomped out. Fair warning. Rule number 2, hygiene is important. Soap, water, deodorant are all great things. Please, oh please, utilize them as we are heading into spring. And if you're in the South, that just means we're just one step away from hell becoming summer. Again, not that freaking hard. And the final rule that I have for myself, that I have for everybody else: be nice, be kind, talk, share, introduce people to your fandoms. Don't be a dick, and you won't get jumped. Outside of that, guys, we will hopefully be back here, same Get Bit time, same Get Bit channel for next week, next Friday, with news of the week. Beyond that, fellas, any last words we call tonight?
Hey, go play a game, find some way to entertain yourself. Don't doom scroll. And some of y'all need to just not scroll in general. Some of y'all are no longer absorbing the information. It is absorbing you, and it is not fair to the people that want to just have a conversation. Knock it off. Unplug a little bit. Read a book.
And also, it is the weekend, guys. Please stay safe. It's Easter weekend, so please stay safe. Enjoy. Again, don't do something that's going to land you in prison. Nobody wants to be in prison over Easter Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Happy Passover. Happy Good Friday to all who celebrate.
Yep. Or if you got to put on a bunny suit. That being said, happy face. That being said, we're going to call it a night, guys. Thank you all for watching. I've been Spartan. He's been Joe. He's been Tafari. This has been the Get Bit Podcast, guys. Thank you all for watching. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and I promise we're going to get through this. We are out. Live long and prosper. Also, happy Easter. Peace. Let's try that again, because it didn't end the way I thought it would. Let's try it again. We out.